4, 3, 2, boom! And we are live here once again at In Your Head Wrestling Radio. I am the internet icon, the pride of the pilgrims, and a damn handsome man, Jackie Jones, along with my right-hand man, my audio soulmate, and the enforcer of the Headyverse.
1-inch biceps, the power goat. Bah! I'm the man who tells you what to do. I am the boss, baby.
Booyah! Ha!
Yes, sir.
I have a bone to pick with you, Incher.
You do? What I do now?
You made me watch your show.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
It's
sure it was all
amazing.
your idea.
It's amazing. A week ago, Jack was like, there's no way I'd ever watch Impact Wrestling. To hell with it. Never going to get me to watch it. A week later, we're doing a post show for Impact Wrestling. Jack has watched the glorious Impact Wrestling. He now knows what all the buzz is about. He got a whiff of that Josh Matthews and Madison Rain doing commentary, and he said, oh my God, why haven't I been watching this all along? He's seen matches such as Kurt Hawkins versus who'd he take on? Kurt Hawkins taking on JTP or whatever.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
JP.
Guys used to play video games.
Yeah, the one collects action figures, the other one plays video games, and at the end of the show, they brought it all around to collecting comic books.
They did. It's a big collector's show.
A lot of hoarders,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm down with hoarders. I'm kind of one myself.
So, Incher.
Yes, sir.
Before we go too far into the review, first of all, I missed the first half hour because it took me 35 minutes to find to this. I'm not making this up. It took me 35 minutes.
The what's his name? Kurt Myers or what? It's not. I forget the guy's real name. They can't use Kurt Hawkins on.
No, when I tuned in, he was wrestling.
Yeah. Okay.
But I missed. I guess there was a tag match before this.
There was the North taking on. It was the North taking on. Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah, I missed this.
Mm-hmm.
It took me 35 minutes, and this is no exaggeration. I'm not trying to, be a fool or play around. It took me 35 minutes to find AXS TV on my.
Oh, that's a shame because I do think you would be a fan of Ethan Page and Jason Alexander, Josh Alexander. I always mess the guy's name up. I always want to call him the dude from Seinfeld, but I think it's Josh Alexander. No, that's the North. I think you would be a fan of them. But
it's possible. But I'm gonna say it's right at the beginning is regardless of what I think of the talent on the show,
mm-hmm.
the show feels like complete death because there's no crowd noise because there's no crowd there. And the commentary team is just when they're talking, you just want to take a nap. So the show just feels like there's no excitement of any kind.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like it's happening, and you just put it on maybe and doze off, and play some solitaire on your phone or something while you take a little nap on the recliner. That's the vibe the show gives off.
Okay, now
I will say real quick before you go on, the lighting and the production of the show much improved from last time I watched it.
Okay. Now, back me up on this. I did say that they lost a lot whenever Don Callis wasn't doing the commentary for the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, who is the Madison Rain?
Madison Rain and Josh Matthews. Because they're a couple,
Matthews,
and I guess they can record it together.
Oh, I see.
I guess that's the only reason they're doing Madison Rains and Josh Matthews, because Josh Matthews was the normal commentator, who I thought was a lot better with Don Callis backing him up. But the commentary is a big negative that there's no crowd, of course. There hasn't been crowd for a long time, and I'm going to say it. I did say I haven't recommended Impact since the crowd has left, since this whole COVID thing has started, and I was harsh on the commentary when Don Callis stepped away. So
yeah, when pandemic started, I really lost interest in TV wrestling because without the crowd, it takes away everything. Really, it takes away a huge part of it. I thought AEW is the first one that started to find like a way around, a way around this when they started putting the wrestlers in the crowd. And that added some excitement back. For better or worse, having fake crowd with WWE, at least there is some noise. I can't say I really enjoy. That's also distracting, but I will say some type of noise is needed. You can't have a show with no crowd interaction at all.
Yeah.
For 2 hours.
I think Impact probably needs to go the mechanical route where they have just standees and have like a motor that just kind of makes one kind of like do different things at times.
Yeah.
Kind of like animatronic crowd.
Yeah. Yeah. Like in a Small World After All.
I mean, it'd be nice if they had the money to back up like a totally animatronic crowd, but like they could just do cardboard cutouts for now.
Yeah,
maybe have one like do like this, like he's picking his nose or something.
Yeah,
like just every now and then just have him do that, or
can't they put the crew out there? Some wrestlers.
I'm not sure
time to figure something out.
I'm not sure if they're all in one place while they're filming.
Oh, really? Were they wrestling like a green screen?
Because they record everything. And I think they come in at different times, I think, is what the deal is. I'm not sure.
Right.
I could be wrong on that. But, I mean, even with the Kenny Omega thing, was he at that building? I don't think he was. I think they just filmed it on the bus,
Right. Yeah. Because I understand the show was pre-taped before they even had the Kenny Omega stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, his eye was black, though. Like,
no, not that part. The Kenny Omega stuff was filmed now, but the rest of the whole show was already in the can by the time they came about to this.
Yeah, because they do pre-record in advance a lot.
So. Right. I'm gonna be fair. So like the pluses, it does. Besides no crowd, the lighting is much better.
Yeah.
But the no crowd it honestly just, even if the stuff on here was better without the interaction, it comes up. And then not a lot of people, but a few of them still when they do their entrance, they get up in the corner and they look at the crowd and and there's no one there, and it looks like ridiculous.
Yeah, they should probably axe that if there's nobody in the audience. I mean, nobody to play to.
Be like I'm sitting here and like.
At least with the Thunderdome, at least you do have like people like in the TV screen.
Yeah, I don't care for that, but I will say it is better than nothing.
Mm-hmm. So, not a fan of the show overall. Would you say that?
No.
I knew while watching the show that I was going to get some crap whenever I came on, because I know the matchups that they were giving everybody wasn't exactly what everybody would be wanting. So, I mean, there was some strong matches, but I mean, I know that like Zach Myers versus TJP or Curtis Myers or whatever his name is.
Hack Myers, yeah.
No, it's not Hack Myers.
I have him on my shirt. I don't.
Is that their podcast thing or something? Figure Story.
I got it free, but it's a cool shirt. I love it. Very nice. The legend.
Ox Baker
killed 7 men with the heart punch.
That's right.
I don't know if you know this intro, but Ox Baker, before he passed away, he taught me the heart punch. So I know you think, fantasize about fighting me, but I really don't want to, because I don't want to put you out of your misery. I would try not to use it. That might have been a bad term to use, but I don't want to end your life.
I see.
Yeah, man, put you out of misery is kind of a bad way to put it. That would infer that you're living, and like that you don't want to live,
misery.
and it's just like,
Yes.
why am I here?
Well, Jack, I'm not a
I
man
didn't mean
who
that at all,
runs
so I
from
apologize for that term.
challenges.
It was a slip of the tongue. It really was just the phrase.
You may think that you have the ultimate heart punch and you can destroy anybody with it, but the thing is, Jack, I got brains.
That's
And
debatable.
I know that if you have a good heart punch, which I kind of studied you on this, I'm going to go to the man who knows the counter to the heart punch. And I'm not going to reveal my source right now.
I think the only counter to a heart punch would be if you're heartless.
That's all I got to say.
All right. When you start preparing, I gave you the heads up because I think that's a fair thing to do in a fight. Mm-hmm. Instead of showing up and just and just punching right through your chest, I'm going to give you the heads up so you can prepare.
Sounds like the last act of a desperate man, if you ask me.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. I'm not saying you're a pushover. So, I'm going to have to pull out the big guns to take you down. And I'm just putting out there, Ox Baker taught me the heart punch.
Yeah. Well, you're sitting there with a toys on your shirt. You got Toy Story, Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. I mean, I've got the legendary Ox Baker on my shirt. I think he's probably looking down from the heavens and looking at you with your little Zack Ryder shirt, and he's doing one of those numbers. He's thinking
that's just to fool people. It's like this is the exterior.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like 1-inch biceps, where you got the guns, like 1-inch biceps. Then you go and you start, yeah, brother. It's like this. It's you foolishness on the outside, but pure death machine on the inside.
He's looking down and he's seeing you eating your tacos made out of lettuce. And he's just going, what the hell? And he looks at me and he sees me eating a big steak. And he's like, I like steak. I backed the wrong
soup,
horse.
Ronnie Garvin.
Exactly.
I actually had steak today.
Oh, you did? Well, that shoots me all to shit, doesn't it?
We went out for my brother's birthday, which was Saturday, but we went out today for the birthday. We all had steak, actually.
Excellent. Steak? What kind of steak? What
I had ribeye. My mom. Ribeye? I had ribeye. My mom had sirloin, and Troy had New York strip.
I like the New York strip. That's my favorite cut.
I'm a ribeye man.
Yeah.
I prefer. I wanted prime rib, but they're not selling the prime rib during the pandemic. I'm not sure exactly why. But.
Maybe it's just like not as many people ordering it, not selling as many.
Well, I think for the prime rib, they make the whole thing at once and then they slice the slices off. Maybe there's something about keeping it there. I don't know.
Kind of like McDonald's in their snack wrap. They're just like, oh no, you want something low calories? No, you got to buy the Big Macs. The McRibs back.
I actually had a McRib last week.
I got my face all shaved.
I'm very not shaved. I'm clean shaven.
I should tweet out, Big Mac. McRib. I could get a free one, right?
It's getting pretty scruffy here. Pretty scruffy, pretty manly, I think. But cue ball McGee over here.
Oh, I made my head ring on that one. Oh,
what?
Oh, I'm hurting.
And you think you're gonna beat me, and you touch your head and you start bawling your bitch eyes out.
Oh,
the hell, Ox Baker thinking now? He's like, look at this pussy, just rubbing his head, and he's wiped himself out, took himself out of the game.
I'm all right.
So yeah, Impact.
It was just my steel plate ringing.
Oh, what are you, Chop Top?
I was thinking more Cousin Eddie, but Chop Top I'll take.
Has anyone ever done that for a gimmick in wrestling? They could have said they came back from the war, got like a metal plate in their head, and they
Yeah,
could
that's
knock people
true.
out with the headbutt.
Yeah. That would be a good one. I don't think that may be something that hasn't ever been done. So they might steal it on AEW soon.
I like it. I'd do it.
Mm-hmm.
Some would take it. Just give us credit.
Yeah. They took my arcade idea. They didn't give me any credit, but that kind of went nowheres. So
Butler says Intra needs to grow a big mustache like Ox Baker.
Yeah. Just have one coming down like this. Fu Manchu.
Yeah. Would look good. Those are hard to see through. I mean, I'm trying to be all American guy, but
yeah,
because you see that, it's not like a two-way mirror. I mean, you don't see it, but you still see them. You're trying to look through them. You know what I'm saying?
How can they make the mirror glasses where like there's no problem seeing through those? But
that's what I normally wear. I don't think I have any down here, but I like the mirrored ones.
Yeah.
I like the aviator style, though. I'm like Orange Cassidy. I just have multiple sunglasses in my basement.
I don't think I have a pair of sunglasses before me. I don't. I got the without your head ones that you gave me in my car. I've had those for a long time.
Just piss on them.
No, my visor, it has like a little section for glasses. You just
nice.
And it comes out. That's what's in there.
Oh, nice. So they just like come out and just go right on your face.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. McRib was good. I hadn't had one in ages.
I'm tempted by the McRib. I like to get one, but I don't know if I'll ever have a chance to get one, but I would like to have one. McRib. I remember last one I ate, it kind of did upset my stomach, but
I don't eat that stuff normally, so if I have one every month or so, it tastes pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I think I too.
It is true. The less you eat of a food, like it does make it taste better when you come back. Like if you're just eating it like every day, I will say that you go to McDonald's and you get something, and you're like, hey, this is pretty good, but
it's kind of a treat.
Yeah, it does make it taste better.
All right. So what else was going on this Impact? So the commentary is just the pits. It really is bad.
I've said that for a while, yeah. But what else happened?
Who's this guy? This guy in my shirt, Derek McGee or something?
Myers something. Vince Rudo posted or somebody did earlier.
Derek Mears?
Brian
Myers?
Brian Myers, that's it. I can't remember.
Brian Myers, and he wrestled, who was it?
JTG.
JTG, yeah, whatever. JTG.
PJ
Smalls or something. But,
the guy who's in the video game.
Yeah. So I thought it was fine.
JP.
Yeah, it was fine match, I thought, honestly.
Yeah.
It's hard to get into. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but just a blanket statement for us. It's hard to get into the matches, good or bad, without the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was fine.
You had Taya Valkyrie teaming with Rosemary, taking on Diana Perazzo, and I forget the other girl's name.
Yeah, I was not impressed by this.
Not impressed. Yeah. I like Rosemary pretty well, and I like Taya. I like
felt like Glow.
Yeah. I like Diana Perazzo. I think she's pretty good. I haven't seen a whole lot of the other girl, but
there was also a match, and I was like, who the fuck is this? And it was Eric Young. He's like the maniac.
Oh, now. Yeah. Eric Young. And the other dude, I don't know who that is. That's
he just comes out. So now Eric Young's like a masked maniac, and he comes out with a cowboy. What kind of gimmick is this?
Okay, I've seen the masked maniac stuff. He's doing like a psychopath kind of character. The cowboy, I don't know about. Like,
why would a masked killer have just this big cowboy?
And I didn't know if he was like an old WCW guy or something, but his last name is Doring.
Oh, really?
Like
he looks kind of old.
Yeah, he looks old, and I thought is this somebody from the past or something? But I don't know. And
that was another thing I do want to say, because they know that this show has a new audience tonight.
Yeah.
They're getting the added audience from AEW being involved. They should have, even if it's taped before, really gone out of their way to explain who everyone was when they made their appearance, because the new audience isn't going to know. It's not like it's the same audience watching every week. This is a new audience, like myself included. So you don't have to like beat people's head over, but like when a guy this is blah 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 who joined them because of blah blah blah, and they would show backstage stuff and no explanation at all of who they were or why they were interacting. Like Tommy Dreamer interacted with some idiot with like a doll, and he's like, "This is Mr. Mundo," and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And then he went and talked to these two giant fat dudes, and then he like challenged into a match and said, "Well, now if I win, then I don't go to jail for like murder." And I was like, I don't know what the hell is going on here.
That was a Larry Z.
Larry Zabisco after you got the hair implants.
No, what's his name?
Just start eating.
Vic asked me about him last week, and I that's who that was. That Vic was asking me about. So Vic's probably seen him live now if he went to that show.
Huh?
Is it Chuck Z? What's his name?
Chuck Zito?
I'm having trouble with names tonight. I think it's where I smacked myself in the head or something. I don't know.
You supposedly watch your show.
I know it's been a while since I've watched.
The whole show I'm watching, just waiting for Johnny Swinger, and he doesn't even appear.
Yeah, why didn't they have Johnny Swinger?
I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, there was no Johnny Swinger appearance. That's a shame.
But yeah, so it was like a cow. This gimmick doesn't go together. A masked psychopath and a cowboy.
That's instantly what I thought. I was like, why are these guys together? I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
No. And then they wrestled the fucking Deaners.
He took on Cody Deaner, yeah. So you weren't thrilled to see Cody Deaner once again? I mean, it's been years since you've seen Cody Deaner. You were all enthralled when he was getting married to ODB back in the days. And now you're just totally out on Cody Deaner. You used to come on here and defend the man, saying, how could Hulk Hogan do this to him? Why'd they get rid of him? But now
maybe the Hulkster's right.
You're just done with Cody Deaner.
Now he's just getting jobbed out to the Masked Maniac and the Cowboy.
Well, I think he's being set up as a contender. I mean, he lost the belt to Rich Swann, so I think they're trying to keep him in the contender category. So.
I never get the mask gimmick where the guy comes to the ring in a mask and just takes it off.
Yeah,
like what is the point of that? And you know who he is. You know it's Eric Young. So it's not like a mystery. And then he takes the mask off anyway. I don't understand it.
I guess intimidation. I don't know.
Then the cowboy, I just kept thinking of the cowboy from Cruising, but it didn't work out that way.
Yeah, that movie runs through your head a lot, I imagine.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, you do bring it up a lot.
Mm-hmm. It's a classic film. That really brought attention to me to the whole hanky code. It's a pretty good code if you think about it.
I've never really considered it, but okay.
So let's say insured. All right. So you know you're a gay fellow. And so like gay, so they're just looking to, because guys tend to not, have more just, casual sex. Where a woman is, these are just generalizations, not everyone. Women are less likely to have casual sex and more likely to want to have a relationship. So if it's two guys, that's why it's more likely just a lot of banging going on, without worrying about feelings and all this stuff. So if you got two dudes and they're just like looking to, boom, 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 you don't have to go out and get a dinner and go see a movie. It's just like, let's go get to business. So to even expedite that, let the person, and you can't just walk around and walk up to the guy and say, hey, I really like to, do something, really dastardly. So you have a colored hanky in your pocket, and it lets the person know, like, hey, look, that's a pink hanky in the right pocket. That guy likes to get the hibbity ha and the oobity oo, and I like to give my hibbity ha in his hoobity hoo. So bam, we just hook up, like, hey, I see that. Hey, you see this? Bam, and you go to town. Just makes it easy.
There's really no like derailing you whenever you start gunning onto a story. You're just full throttle, aren't you?
Yeah. That would be my code. I'm into the full throttle.
What pattern is that? What color?
I actually don't have a hanky in my pocket. I normally do. Just putting it out there. I'm saying.
Oh, I see.
I also thought a good idea, Incher. What do you think of this idea? Hanky potluck party. So you throw all these colored hankies in a pot. Everyone who enters the party blindly reaches in, pulls out a hanky. Whatever that represents, that's your kink for the night. Boom. Party down. New experiences.
Why are you such a deviant? What's wrong with you?
You got to live life, Incher. Well, you walk down the train tracks, headphones on, music blasting, maybe a Clive Barker audiobook listening to. Not a care in the world. You'll live life to the fullest, Incher.
I don't know. I had a lot of people backing me in the
yeah, but they're all just pussies. But good men.
Yeah.
Hanky
They're just worried about your safety.
Hanky potluck party. Vic was on my side.
Vic was on your side?
Yeah.
You look at him and you think, that's a sensible man right there. But he does a lot of things that aren't very sensible at times.
He knows.
I think the first one was putting his daughter on the phone with Lexar. I think that was like one of the most unsensible things he ever did.
He's a good man.
Lexar.
Lexar's a good man.
You sure about that?
Yeah. Keep it on the down low.
Okay.
Hanky potluck. This is a good idea.
Yeah.
You might find you're into something you didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
This has gone from like a wrestling conversation into something that just become very awkward.
This could be a good angle on the show. Well, all right, so Impact. So there was no gay hankies, but there was this cowboy with a masked man. I didn't understand. But anyway, then he beat up the guys, and he beat up both the Deaners.
Yeah, like Eric Young called him in after the match, and he was like, "Hey, beat down on him." And then cousin Luke came in, and
Luke.
He was trying to protect
from the hillbillies.
Is his name Luke? I think it's Luke, isn't it?
I don't know. There was a cousin Luke with Hillbilly Jim.
I think his name's Luke Diener, maybe. I think that's his name. Could be wrong on that. But yeah, and then they just start beating down, and then somebody made the save. It was I know who made the save. Come on. Was it Willie Mack? No, it wasn't Willie Mack. Who made the save to run him out of the ring? I forget. We just watched the show.
Man, you love this show, don't you?
No, I've never endorsed it after the COVID thing. But
don't you have don't you subscribe to
I do, yes.
Impact Plus? You don't even know any of the people?
I do pay for Impact Plus, and I haven't really watched it in a little while, so
I should have took notes. So, you guys, this is a free show, so
I made Vic mad in the chat room, I guess. He says, what the scriggly, expletive.
What the heck?
Yeah, what the heck? You mean I'm not sensible? I don't know. I'll question that decision.
By the way, Lexar wants to know when's the last time I watched Impact. It's a good question. Exactly 2 hours ago.
Well, you started watching it that time.
Right,
It was
right.
about
So
35
I stopped
minutes
watching
ago,
about 36 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, that's a good point. All right, so what else was on the show? The women match I was really into. What was this segment with Tommy Dreamer and these fat dudes?
All right. I'm not sure about it, but it's from something else. I know that was Johnny Bravo with his fake dog, whose name is Mr. Mundo. He had him at the time when Johnny Mundo was in the company, and he was like their valet for Talia Valkyrie, and
So is that the puppet?
so
It's
it
supposed to
leads
be
into
Johnny Mundo?
No, it's just a dog named Mr. Mundo, and he used to walk it around on a leash.
But it must be tied into Johnny Mundo if he called it Mundo.
I guess maybe it's supposed to represent him, maybe, that now that he's gone from the show. Maybe.
So
And
there's
his
a
wife is
pay-per-view
still
this
there.
Sunday too, I found out, because he challenged him to a match on the pay-per-view. What do you think of Dreamer's hair? He's got like the weird kind of, not a man bun.
He's just got like random ponytails in the back of his head. It's not a good look. No,
Yeah.
I don't think that's.
And nothing against Dreamer's physique, because I'm not the most. I'm not like this toned man, but he's got this very strange physique. He's got very large breasts.
Well, I heard. I think I was listening to Figure 4 Weekly a long time ago, and I think it was who's the trainer? His buddy. What's his name? Buddy Wayne.
That's Buddy Wayne. Didn't he pass away?
Did he pass away?
I think so.
Oh, well. R.I.P. Buddy Wayne. But he was talking about Tommy Dreamer in the locker room, and he had some very unflattering things to say about Tommy.
Oh,
he
really?
said he had a one of those gurney things.
Oh, a girdle?
Girdle.
I could see that. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah. So I won't repeat it, but yeah, it was pretty rough.
All right. Well, nothing against the guy. I mean, I actually like Tommy Dreamer, and he gave his body to wrestling. Gave his a lot of his well-being to the wrestling fans. So,
but Buddy Wayne, God rest his soul, he had some.
I think he died. If he didn't, still.
I'm really not sure because I haven't subscribed to that site since I had it at the cheap rate, and my credit card expired, and I was like, hey, can I get that rate back? Because it really wasn't my fault. The credit card expired, and he's like, no, you got to pay the current rate. And I was like, I'm just not going to pay it.
Man.
So that was the end of my Figure 4 weekly subscription.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Yeah. I used to download the PDF for the Wrestling Observer, and I would put it on my Sony reader when it was working, and I would read it. Vince Rudo says Buddy Wayne is dead.
Yeah, so. I thought he died. Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Vince thinks you gave yourself a concussion.
Vince Rudo or Vince?
Yeah. I don't want to say Golgo. I know people involved in this. Golgo says Tommy's got Beulah, so he isn't doing too bad. I know people involved. I don't know how much of that statement is true. I'll just say it. No.
Jeez, we're just giving Tommy all kinds of.
No, he's with someone else.
What about that story? He shit his pants when he was in his car. He even posted that one. I just, let's just do him in good if we're gonna, we got our foot on his neck. Let's just do it.
All right. So, there was also I actually like this segment. I saw people bitching about it. I like the little thing with Tony Khan and Tony Schiavone.
Yeah, it was a paid commercial, they said, and they're kind of making fun of Impact a little. Not too bad, but it was amazing.
I thought it was cute. I liked it. I actually like Tony Khan. There's a lot of hatred for the guy. They say he's a geeky and stuff, and it's well, he kind of is, but I mean, he's not a wrestler. He's the owner of a promotion, so I don't know why he needs to be this badass that's going to be beating ass or something.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be a Vince McMahon. I mean, he is basically one of the reasons. I mean, a big reason that AEW even exists and that people have.
It's probably
WWE. So
I've seen him a lot of times at live shows. He comes out after all the live shows, and well, not after all, but a lot of them that I went to, and I mean, he really does a good job at the live shows, going out there and really showing the passion he has for the company and the wrestlers and the fans, and I like that. I mean, he's totally different than Paul Heyman as a person, but it's the same kind of feeling where you're like you're actually rooting for the company and the people to succeed. It's a different vibe because ECW's underground and Paul Heyman's kind of a sleazy dude and all, but it's the same idea though, where you actually felt like he's wanting this promotion to succeed and the wrestlers to succeed. I liked it. Actually, my mom actually liked that. That was the first time she saw Tony Khan, and she liked the fact that he was a really young guy and was running a company.
Yeah,
as opposed to just some old man.
Only beef I have with him is he didn't invite us to StarCast. So
true.
I do have that little qualm with him.
Yeah. But and I saw people already, they're like, he's Dixie Carter. He's going to be Dixie Carter because he's going to be on the show tomorrow. But I mean, let's see what he does. Now, if he starts being all over the show and like lambasting the wrestlers, then okay. But I don't know. I think it's a little early to start saying that just because he's going to be on the show.
Yeah. I mean, basically what they're trying to do, they're trying to establish a working relationship with some of these other companies. And that's something that we're not used to in professional wrestling because Vince McMahon's been the number one company for so long. And he's never really worked with any other companies under his reign. It's all been, under his control. I mean, Tony, he's kind of branching out like NWA and, New Japan and trying to, incorporate some of the other companies. And I'm sure the Young Bucks and all, they're kind of proponents of that as well. So I don't see where it's a bad thing. I don't see what AEW gains.
Yeah, I'm exactly with you on both those things. I think it's a cool idea, first of all. And I think it's great on their part to do this. I'm questioning. I mean, we'll have to wait and see how it all plays out, but I'm questioning the benefit to AEW because when I was watching this show, and I feel bad saying this because I know they're the underdog and everything, but I'm watching them like, do they really want to be associated with this show? Like, and I don't mean that like this really, I'm not trying to be like mean, but it comes off very amateurish. And like, I don't know if they really want to be, well, I don't know what they have to gain. I think there's some stars they can interact with, but they have like so many people as is that don't even make the show because most of them are on dark all the time.
Yeah, I don't understand what AEW would have to gain. I do think Impact would have stood stronger if they were out of the COVID situation and they could have fans and like, there wasn't traveling restrictions and all that.
I mean, I gave him a shot. I watched a show, but they didn't catch me. It's also weird. In a lot of ways, they're promoting their own competition because Dark's on the same time. Isn't Dark on the same time?
Well, I think they just figure people can watch the archive on that. But does it come on Tuesday? I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not positive. I could.
WWE kind of did that with their pay-per-view this weekend and wasn't Tribute to the Stars on at the same time.
Oh, was it?
As NXT? So
maybe.
It's like, boy, are we getting a lot of wrestling. They're even putting wrestling on when wrestling's already on. They're just
have to watch it on multiple television.
It's like, here's NXT and Tribute to the Stars or Tribute to the Troops.
Yeah, Dark was on Vincent. Yeah, so that's weird that they're promoting like the competition to their own programming.
I guess they figured they could use the boost, and Don Callis is close friends with Kenny Omega, so I'm curious to see how much they're going to allow, like going in between Impact and AEW. They probably won't care. I mean, I think Kenny would be up for it. I just don't know if like they'll be happy with that, but maybe he's fine. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. So was there, before we get to that segment, was there? Oh, there was the main event, the tag match.
Moose and Chris Bay teaming for the first time, taking on
Willie Mack and Rich Swann.
Yeah.
And immediately I thought, man, this is just like the Raw. All the black guys fight each other.
It's like the Hurt Business,
even on this show.
The Hurt Business taking on It was always like Ricochet or Cedric Alexander, but
Yeah, and
now
all the
Cedric's
Latinos fight each other.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, this match was fine.
Yeah.
I was actually expecting to be a little better. I think it probably been better with a crowd.
Yeah, I thought they would really go all out. I did like the exchange of moves between Chris Bay at the beginning with him and Rich Swann. I thought that was pretty good.
I know Rich Swann. It's hard for me to put him over now because the stuff he's done, but I always liked him as a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
And I always thought he was a really good character on when I saw him before.
Yeah.
I've not seen Willie McLaughlin. I know people are big on him.
It seems that they want to do something with Rich Swann and Kenny Omega because he was trying to walk outside the door where the bus was, and he was not.
I thought that really made their champion look like shit.
I would have thought
that the security wouldn't let their own champion in, and then he just like walks away, like
yeah, and that was it,
guy or something.
Yeah, I would have thought there would have been a run in at the end of the segment where he would have beat up. So hopefully,
a bunch of people pulled them away, like just the security. Like you couldn't imagine, like back in the day, Stone Cold was walking in, and like the security for Vince would be like, "You can't go in there, buddy," and he'd just be like, "All right," and he walks off. Like it'd be like, "What the hell?" Mm-hmm. And I know he's not Stone Cold, but still, like your champion shouldn't just, be kicked out of by just some as Renee said in the group, like Eddie Powers just kicked the man out.
Now we did miss the Sami Callihan.
That's right, we did.
Eddie Edwards. Before we move on to the Omega stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Basically, Sami Callihan was talking about how he crushed.
Yeah, I really
Eddie
at
Edwards.
First, I wanted to say he gives a really good promo, but the fake monstery voice puts me off after a while.
Yeah, it wasn't one of his best promos he's done for Impact. I've seen better work. I think losing OVE, I think that's hurt him a lot. And
I think it's funny they call him the Draw, and it's like the Draw, and it's empty building. I understand it's not his fault, but
he should be like, I'm the Draw, but I guarantee you there's people outside this building dying to get in right now, But yeah, I guess Eddie Edwards, like Alicia Edwards, he's a
lot different looking than I hadn't seen him since he was in the tag team.
Yeah, he has changed his look quite a bit, so. He's kind of got the crazy Tommy Dreamer hair. It's almost like Dreamer's trying to copy Eddie Edwards' hair. So, yeah. But
I could see that. Yeah. It's definitely a younger man's hairdo.
Mm-hmm. I don't think
nothing against Dreamer. People age, but it doesn't. You could try to look your age, I
guess. We're being so mean to Tommy. I'm
not
sorry,
trying to be. I mean,
I'm sorry. Guy. I just want to apologize to him.
Yeah, he did an interview with me once.
I know. And he was a big portion of ECW and making that company successful at the time. But oh well.
So yeah, I wanted to like that. I didn't say it was bad, but it wasn't what I expected. I thought the promo would be better. And the promo was fine. I think that the voice there was something about it was a really like obvious like putting on like a wrestler voice, almost like someone. I know people say this like someone trying to play wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe use his natural voice a little more.
Or no, the Batman voice, the new the Christopher Nolan Batman voice. Right. Whenever he's in the costume, he's like, "Where?"
Yeah, that's how it came off. It was a little hokey to me. Well, whatever, it's fine.
Vince Russo,
Tommy Dreamer is a legend. Don't bad the mouth the man, Incher.
I know. Vince Russo wants to know if I'm upset that the Little Rascals left Impact for NXT. I wasn't aware they
Little Rascals, like Alfalfa and Spanky.
No, they're called the Rascals. But I wasn't aware that they went to NXT. But that's the first I've heard of it. So that is a shame because they were a big part of Impact for a while there. But a lot of people would kind of think like there was a question on the show, like Are they like the equivalent of New Day for Impact Wrestling? And I didn't really think so, but they
They
did
say
have
that every time there's a black team, they compare them. Every time there's a black faction, they're immediately Nation of Domination.
Well, they had different races in the group.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Zagolga says, I think that's how Callahan really talks. He always sounds that way. Well, to me, it came off like someone really putting on a fake wrestling voice. Maybe he always puts on the fake wrestling voice.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. I've seen him on interviews, and he does have a bit of a raspy voice.
I met him in real life.
Yeah.
I don't remember him talking like that.
Him and Eric Cannon, was that back then?
Yeah. See, Eric Cannon. I think he's the wrestler a little bit, but I think he's more of a trainer guy.
Oh yeah.
So before, thank you guys. We have some people on the Zoom.
We're going to WWE'd.
Right. After we
it's like, Adam Pearce, you're a great wrestler and everything, but you're a backstage guy now.
Right. At least he's on TV.
He's starting to work his way in. I hope he gets into that.
It's weird watching the show and they bring him up so often.
Yeah.
They'll bring us up.
Good on you. Good on you, Adam Pearce.
All right. So I just letting you guys know if you're on Zoom, we're gonna add you in after we finish the Impact thing. Mm-hmm. And if you want to zoom in, go to iwatchwrestling.com/zoom.
Which we're about done, I would say.
Yeah, because now it's just the main event part. So as a segment, I liked it, I'll say this.
Yeah.
But it makes little sense to me because Don said that Kenny wanted to do this on Impact. And I didn't understand why he would want to do it on Impact because he doesn't have any history with Impact at all.
No.
I know Don. I could see if Don wanted to, but I wouldn't. Why would Kenny want to? What would benefit him? And he even said that this was the second tier championship, so he knows his own wrestling is a bigger promotion. So why would he want to say this on the lesser show? That didn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't understand that, but I guess he was just trying to put over that they're family now. Like they used to never say they were family in New Japan or nothing like that. So,
yeah, I don't know.
So this is all kind of.
I like the pairing.
Yeah,
and I like Kenny Omega much better as a heel. He's a naturally unlikable guy to me. Like Sami Zayn kind of guy, and so I like that.
Yeah,
and
his goofy song and his dancing.
Yeah, and the hair.
Yeah,
he's got the kind of annoying hair back, but it works as a heel. I like him as a heel. I like the whole segment as by itself, but I just think if you think of it, as a long-term story, I don't see how it made any sense.
Yeah. Yeah, they're kind of saying that they've been thinking about doing this for a long time. This wasn't like something that they just came up recently, but I thought Don delivered everything really well, and I do love how he brought in the picture of his original trainer, he says, and it looks like
Golden Sheik.
The Golden Sheik, and it's like this. That was obviously a Photoshop picture. That was like from the 1950s or something, and it had
around a long time.
It had Don Callis' face on it, and this was like, oh my god, come on.
I like that myself. Yeah,
that was pretty funny.
I think Don's a great promo. I've always thought he was. So
yeah,
I think that's a good pickup. Honestly,
in a way, it made Omega kind of look a little weak with his promo skills, having Don Callis.
I think he kind of is, honestly. So I think it's a good pairing because he's more the mouthpiece.
Yeah. So I did like how Josh Matthews was asking the question if he felt like it hindered his match by using the microphone and all that, and they're like, "Wait a minute, let me answer your question," and he kind of just went in a roundabout way. I did enjoy that.
Yeah, no, I actually really like this, and I look forward to more stuff with Kenny and Don. I think they're a good pair.
Yeah,
great heel work. I like Don's insincerity when he's talking all the time, where he's got like delusions of grandeur, really putting over how important he is when he's really not done anything. But that makes it great, and he really does a deadpan and stuff. I like him as a character and as a talker. I think he's good.
Did you feel a little ripped off that you had to watch the entire show of Impact to get to this segment?
Yes, but I kind of honestly going in, I knew that's what was going to happen.
Yeah,
I honestly knew. I was like, they're not going to show us at the first. They're going to make me watch this. I think Impact should have put on a better show. I mean, I don't know how far in advance they knew this was going to happen, but I think they should have really put on like showcased all their people, all their top guys, and put on a hell of a show.
I mean, really though, they pretty much did kind of put out their big guns because I mean,
Rhino was a guy who did a run in earlier.
That's it, Rhino. Yeah, he did the run in to save the Deaners.
Yeah,
I mean, they really don't have that many people that I can think of. I mean, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows was not on the show.
Yeah, and honestly, that's probably to this audience. That's probably one of the main people that that the AEW audience would want to see interaction with.
Yeah, so they were missing out on that.
I could see them being involved some way down the road with Don and Kenny Omega, since they have the history of the Bullet Club.
Yeah, that's true. But they really had just about all their talent that they could have muster up, I think, for this show.
No, they didn't.
Just besides Carl Anderson, and who are they missing?
Your boy,
AJ Swoggle.
Your boy, you talk about him every week.
Oh, Johnny Swinger.
Johnny Swinger.
Yes, Johnny Swinger. He was.
I couldn't believe it.
Where was he?
I don't know.
Is he scared of the COVID or something?
Maybe.
Bitch. He is an older dude. I mean,
Lexar says, Lexar, is Jack intrigued by Impact tonight that he wants to tune in next week? I'm going to be totally honest, and I don't want to be mean, but no.
So we won't be preempting our show to watch Impact. What if they do an angle on AEW?
Then we might. I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out. I don't know. At least it's only an hour. It's not like we'd have to do the show 3 hours later.
I mean, I cannot blame AEW. I mean, Impact Wrestling for taking AEW up on this. I mean, because
I think it's smart.
Their back's against the wall, and I think they're just trying to get people's eyes on their program. So.
Gogo says Ken Shamrock wasn't on the show. I didn't know Ken Shamrock was there.
Yeah, he has been doing Impact stuff. So yeah.
How about RVD? Isn't he still there?
He's gone, I think. He left.
Jonathan Jackson said Sami Zayn, and he goes, "What?" No, what I was saying was Kenny Omega to me is a lot like Sami Zayn, where I thought they were very good wrestlers, but they're unlikable when they were baby faces, and so when they turned heel, they really they show. I think it's a better showcase for them.
Yeah.
Although I actually don't think Kenny Omega is nearly the promo that Sami Zayn is. But I don't think Sami Zayn's probably as good a worker. But Sami Zayn, I think, is a tremendous promo. Yeah, he's a tremendous promo, I think he's honestly one of the best heel promos in the business.
I'd probably go so far as to say I think I like Sami Zayn's matches better than
I don't think so. I like him, but I don't want to say that.
I think I would. I mean, because he's been around for a long time. El Generico, he used to have some great feuds, with Kevin Steen back in the days, and I've seen more that I've liked from Sami Zayn.
I haven't seen a lot of the Omega stuff, but people are like jizzing themselves, like they're giving him like 8 stars out of 5. So,
yeah, I like Omega. I'm not trying to dog him or nothing. I do like him, but like his hype hasn't been as great in AEW so far. He is the champion now, so hopefully they do have some knockdown, drag him out matches. But I mean, I don't know. I think I've seen more Sami Zayn matches.
Some of his tag matches, some of the best stuff in AEW, I thought, with Hangman Page.
He's had good stuff, but I mean, if you look back at El Generico and Sami Zayn, I think
I'll be honest, I was not a fan of El Generico.
I wasn't crazy about the name, but the matches he had, I thought was pretty crazy, pretty good stuff. And
I didn't see a lot of that stuff. So
it was always like the standout on the show whenever he would take on Kevin Steen. I mean, it was always highlight of the whole show. Now I know Omega's done a lot with the New Japan stuff, and everybody's,
yeah. I mean, if your boy Meltzer's listening to this, he's just like. He's like, what is he talking about?
Bring him on. I'll debate him.
I'll ask this 2-incher out of the 2. Who's in the Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame?
The guy owns the Hall of Fame. I mean, come on.
Kenny Omega owns the Hall of Fame.
Dave Meltzer owns the Hall of Fame. He can put in people he wants.
He didn't put him in. They were voted. It's voted. It's not the Dave Meltzer Hall of Fame. It's voted by historians, current wrestlers, and retired wrestlers, and they voted Kenny Omega in.
He just opens up that bottle of Kool-Aid and he's like, put in my guy.
Your boy Sami Zayn's not even on the ballot. He may never be on the ballot.
Well, I've seen a lot of enjoyable Sami Zayn matches. That's all I'm saying. And I've seen good Kenny Omega matches. And I've probably been more tuned in with Sami Zayn throughout his career, more so than Omega. That's what I'm saying. I think it's debatable.
Man.
If Sami Zayn was on the independent
smoking
scene,
the peace pipe over here.
If he wasn't in WWE where wrestlers just fester and die, I mean, he's thrived in a very toxic environment, and you got to give the man credit for that.
I like Sami Zayn.
Yeah,
I said I think he's one of the best heels in the business.
Yeah,
I just don't think he has as good a matches. That's all. I like him though.
To me, I like.
To
him
me,
really
it's not
well.
all. I know I like him. I'm not saying I dislike him. All right, we have the Lexar and the Stevie on the show. Steven is muted. Unmute himself.
Mm-hmm.
Going on, Lexar, my boy, my pal, my amigo, my compadre.
I thank you for giving me and the rest of the in your Headyverse people a full recap of Impact.
Booyah! Ah.
Well, I never thought I would see this day for me pushing for everybody to watch Impact. And they did it when with a very weak show.
Push it and pull it.
I guess it was a weak show, but it's just they put out just about everybody they had, I think. So they're just in a bad spot right now.
Do a better job.
I see Steven taking it all in. I know he's wanting to say something. He's thinking.
Did you watch this Impact Wrestling there, Stevie?
Oh yeah, I tuned in. I tuned in while they were doing their show there. But before I get into Impact, there's something I want to do first.
Yes.
Because today, by the way, is December the 8th, and it's been 40 years since the death of John Lennon.
Oh, okay.
4 years. It's been a lot longer.
40 years since the death of John Lennon. So I decided to pay tribute.
I should have worn my Lennon shirt. That's very nice.
Pay tribute to John Lennon tonight.
I was
definitely.
I was at the Dakota in New York, where Lennon was shot and killed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, same here. When I went to New York a couple of times, that was like a pilgrimage to go to the Dakota, and
it's also where they shot some of Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah,
and Bela Lugosi lived there for a time period. A lot of
never
history
cursed.
at the Dakota. Mm-hmm.
Bella never cursed, but they made him curse in his portrayal in Ed Wood. So
I'd be pissed.
His son was kind of angry about that. He said his father never cursed, but like in the movie, he was like a cursing madman. So,
is this true or not? In true, it could just be something made up. That Intra is a huge Yoko Ono mark.
That is totally false and made up. Who said that?
Vince Rudo.
Vince Rudo? No, Yoko Ono is not exactly my easy listening. No. Just hearing her get up and go, I would. Like, how did John Lennon like hear that? And he's like, that's cool. I like it.
Like, he was stoned out of his mind.
Why didn't he look at her and he just goes, what the hell's the matter with her? I make good music. You know, it's like he's crafted tunes.
Was that your Yoko Ono or your Vince Rudo impression?
What? No, no, I wouldn't. Vince Rudo is way more unintelligible than that. No, I'm not a fan of Yoko Ono.
All right. It's fine if you are. I was just wondering.
The only enjoyment you get out of Yoko Ono is probably just hearing stories about her. And that's about it.
Well, it's a very nice tribute.
Yes. But he loved her. I mean, that's fine. If that's who he loved, that's who he loved. I mean, that's just how it goes.
Mm-hmm. I love him.
Happy, so who's to say it was wrong? But she did do a lot of questionable things.
What's your favorite Lennon song, Steven?
That's the lyrics to Imagine on the back of my shirt.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Very good. That's my mom's favorite too. That's probably my mom's favorite singer, John Lennon. Him or Freddie Mercury.
When I was in my 30s, I went to France. And I had the long hair, and I had some Lennon glasses. And this girl, I'm just sort of walking Paris. This girl is there, and she looks at me, and at the time she said, you look like John Lennon's son, like really? Julian, either Julian. I guess it would have been Julian Lennon.
Yeah.
Did you look like Julian Lennon?
John Lennon. There's Sean Lennon. I think you probably look more like Sean Lennon. I would say.
But yeah, I had my Lennon glasses phase back when I was really young. When I used to.
Did that woman become your wife?
No. No, this was in the mid 90s. This was a long time ago for me.
Was it before or after you got married?
This is before. I'd never met my wife yet.
Oh, okay. So did you take advantage of this young lady thinking you were one of the Lennons?
She asked me for like my address or my phone number, and I didn't have a pen on me at the time. So a missed opportunity, you know. Oh yeah.
Parlez-vous français?
Oh yeah. Je parle français. And I was speaking French. I spoke French better when I was in Paris. Excellent. So I hate to talk about bringing things down while talking about John Lennon, but as far as the big Kenny Omega appearing on Impact tonight, I gotta tell you, I was somewhat disappointed. I was expecting something a little bit bigger than this, than being inside of a
bus.
A bus.
When they made the announcement that Omega was going to be on Impact, I envisioned him walking into the ring. I did not envision like him just sitting on a bus.
Exactly.
It's like, I don't know, but what good would be? I don't know. If he would have walked into the ring with no one there, probably would have been worse.
Well, for AEW, but not for Impact. I mean,
yeah, I mean, I don't think him walking out there and cutting a promo in front of an empty arena would be very riveting.
Mm-hmm. Probably not. But if I was an Impact executive, I'd probably want him to be in the ring.
Yes, I would think so too.
But that show was
expecting. I was expecting like.
They got
guys, I don't really
they got the studio. They can go in there and record something if they wanted to.
I don't really think cutting the promo in the ring really is a big deal. I'm not really big. I'm not an in-ring promo mark. Back in the day, they never cut promos in the ring.
Back when I was young, they used to stand at ringside. You know, that's
after the match.
Yeah. In between the matches, they'd be standing at ringside cutting promos. But
yeah, well, you didn't have a match.
Yeah.
So
I was fine with it.
Were you disappointed with the show overall, Steven, or just that segment?
Actually, what little Impact it was kind of like your typical Impact wrestling show. Like the matches. I mean, I have watched a little bit of Impact, so I know that Johnny's wife is there, Taya.
Yeah.
I'm not. I like the bizarreness of some of those characters, like Rosemary, the freaky woman with the painted face. But I don't know.
Lexar likes some freaky.
It's kind of, yeah, it's kind of not. It's not something I could, it could be appointment television for me. It's just something, I'll watch it if I come across it. Yeah. But if I miss it, I miss it, and I really don't miss it at all.
Songman, you've been waiting patiently. I'm sure you have some feelings on this. What did you think about Impact tonight?
Well, I was just like Steven. There was nothing even interesting for me to see, and I forgot all about the Kenny Omega coming onto that, actually. All I know is intro. You were definitely begging to see this mostly than all of us.
Oh, I preempted the show for this. I was like, Jack, I refuse to come live unless we watch Impact beforehand. I told him that last week. Said it's not going to happen.
Made me do it. Do you have a song for intro about Impact?
Oh, this should be positive.
Uh-oh.
Well,
I will just have to go back to the old day, and I'll just have to say, intro. I wish you would go back to TNA, because that's when wrestling was better back in that day, when every reaction and moments of memories gave us a yay. But right now on this Impact, that just makes me not want to watch to give it a nay.
You gave it a nay.
That sums it up.
So I got to go back to Impact Day. So my viewing of Impact Wrestling has hampered Songman's ability to like the show. So I have to go back and do it for Songman.
Do it for the Songman.
Do it.
This came up here in the chat. I had mentioned it on the show last week. The TNA winner is coming post show, but Pat Patterson passed away, which is a huge huge blow to wrestling. Very influential guy to me. When I used to watch when I started watching the house shows from WWF, first of all, he's before my day when I was a kid, but I watched him when I first got, not precursor of the network, the WWE 24/7, and I'd watch those matches. And he was way ahead of his time. His matches with Sergeant Slaughter, where they're just taking all these bumps, fast paced. Because a lot of the matches at that time in WWF were just headlocks and hammer locks and like clubbing each other. They'd do one bump and that would be the finish. But these guys are moving all around the ring, so it was really kind of ushered in the modern style of wrestling for the WWE. Mm-hmm. And then once he retired from in-ring work and worked behind the scenes in WWF, I mean, you can just listen to shoot interviews with some of the biggest names, biggest stars ever, The Rock and Steve Austin and Hitman and Bret Hart, and so many guys, even, modern guys who will talk about, how smart he was and finishes and how much, he meant to the WWF, invented the Royal Rumble. And so this is a huge name in wrestling and a huge part of the WWF.
Yeah. Most definitely, yeah. Inventing the Royal Rumble, that's just pretty cool, because that is one of the events that it's like, I can't miss the Rumble, because it's always so enjoyable. So he will be missed.
Yeah. So rest in peace, Pat Patterson. Also, Bob Ryder passed away.
That happened, last week after we finished up the show as well.
Yeah.
I heard that the cops was called or something, and they did like a wellness check on him, and they found him dead. So
that's too bad.
Yeah,
he was always nice to us in the early days of In Your Head when we used to send out the recaps and stuff. He would always post them on. I think he was doing One Wrestling at the time. One of the websites anyway.
Yeah,
I don't know a lot about him, but I get emails from a lot to promote things and stuff. And from my understanding, he's a good guy. All right.
Did you guys ever see Pat Patterson in the AWA?
I did not.
Because that's when I first started watching Pat Patterson, because we used to get AWA wrestling here in Toronto.
Yeah.
And Patterson was in a tag team with Ray Stevens. They were the AWA tag team champions. They beat Gagne and Brunzel for the belts and had a short run. I guess this must have been right before Pat Patterson went to the WWF. And they were pretty good. A great heel tag team. And I later saw some Pat Patterson WWF stuffs, Worldwide Wrestling Federation. He had a feud with Backlund for the belt. But yeah, I think the younger audiences are going to know him more as one of the Stooges. And actually, I also, WrestleMania 18, I met Patterson and Briscoe and got a photo with them and got their autographs. So,
there you go. That's pretty cool, Steve.
So that was cool because they would have these rotating autograph sessions at WrestleMania. And it just so happened that on the day and time that I went, it was Patterson and Briscoe's turn to do the autographs and the photos. So it was kind of nice that I actually met Pat Patterson before, and that was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Faith, did you watch any wrestling this week?
I did not.
All right. Fair enough.
You didn't watch Impact tonight? I mean,
No,
they had Kenny Omega on the show.
What else could be going on besides watching Impact?
She was watching The Bachelorette.
Oh my gosh. Stop exposing me.
I guess Lexar was right. He was correct. I think that's what Lexar was watching too.
Actually, it was because I don't have the channel Impact is on, so
it took me a long time to find it. I have to admit, it was like 784, I think, was the channel. It used to be back in the day. If you didn't know what channel something was on, you had like the TV Guide, you could find it, or like it was like on the back of your remote. But at least you could like zip through like 99 channels. And you could find it in a relatively short amount of time. Now it's like 800 and something channels. I'm like going through the guide. Like, where the hell is this?
You remember the
was it that posted the link for the Twitch channel? That's what I was watching.
Oh, it wasn't me, but I know you can just go to Twitch and it will be there. So
I wanted to watch it on the TV.
Did you have the channel, Jack? Because I know I don't have it.
Yeah, I did actually have it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. But it took me a long time to find it. I think it was 824 or 784.
24. It
was something crazy. It was way. It was past like the Spanish channels and past like, because once I got to the Spanish channels, I was like, oh, I must have missed it. But I was like, I kept going and I eventually found it.
Oh, okay. Well, I watched it on Twitch, just like Vic here.
Yeah, that's when I hear people today, when old wrestlers will say they were flipping the channels and they caught some. That doesn't happen today. No one sits there and flips through 900 channels. Just flipping through the channels, watching TV.
Remember the channel?
Like we had 8 channels.
Remember the channel that just told you what was on the other channels?
Yeah. I don't think they have that anymore.
No, I think it's gone since guides are out and all that now.
Yeah, but still, it takes a long time to go through the guide.
Vic, anyway. Did you see any of Pat Patterson from back in the day? Do you have any thoughts on Pat Patterson?
He probably didn't wrestle in Memphis.
No. He I guess when I started watching Memphis wrestling, which would have been the early 70s, he was still in the WWF.
Yeah.
So. No, I didn't.
Did he wrestle in Toronto or something a lot? Like Steven, do you know?
Yeah, I used to watch Maple Leaf Wrestling, and once in a while they would show matches from the Maple Leaf Gardens house shows, and Pat Patterson would make appearances there. I did see one match. I think he was fighting Ivan Koloff.
Oh, okay.
I can remember that's about the one of the few matches of Pat Patterson I can remember. I think he would come up here to Toronto, like and maybe just tape some matches and do the Maple Leaf Garden shows. But he was mostly in the AWA at that time, and he would just come up for the big shows, the monthly shows. And
I'm sure Songman and Lex, I remember him from the Stooges days.
Oh yeah,
that was fun.
I did watch his famous boot camp match with Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
When it was 24/7 Classics on Demand.
Yeah, it's a great match.
Yeah,
especially compared to wrestling of that era.
And I know a lot of people haven't seen this match, but me and the president, we've seen it live when he won the Intercontinental belt in Rio de Janeiro.
You weren't even born yet, were you?
I seen it. It was a good match. It's good stuff.
Are you smoking the wacky tobacco again?
Vic, did you like Impact tonight?
The first thing I did was I went and I listened to what Cornette was saying when the whole thing. I wanted to get his take on Sting showing up, and he made a comment about Impact, about saying that you could be on Impact and be in a witness protection program, that you could sleep safely at night, and I just, it's like, if nothing else, it's given these guys a forum where they can go out on TV and maybe get a little bit more recognition. Why would you want to bury any company?
Right.
I mean, no, it's not. Maybe the quality is not the WWE or even AEW. Yeah. Why would you? I mean, then he was.
That's why I feel bad saying anything bad about it, because I do want every company to succeed if I watch it or not.
He talked about Sting. He says it was like being back in the late 90s again. And this is a guy who's every time he talks about the golden age of wrestling and why can't wrestling be like it was in the 80s? And yet here he comes, Sting comes out, which I thought was a great moment.
I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard it too. It's funny because Cornette said about him being like 60. And then immediately he kind of realized that they put the tag belts on the Rock and Roll Express recently. And he's like, it's different than when the Rock and Roll Express won the tag belts. And I'm thinking, is it? In fact, I think it's a lot better because he didn't go out and win a title. He didn't, he just showed up. He's also a bigger star. Nothing against the Rock and Roll Express, and better. He looks better. Mm-hmm. And I have no problem with the Rock and Roll Express actually winning the titles because it's wrestling and it was fun. But a lot of things are very hypocritical that he says. You can't say it's fine that the Rock and Roll Express in their 60s win the tag belts, but it's bad that Sting walks out on AEW. But I really enjoyed that.
I think if they offered him half of the money they're offering Sting, he'd bury everything that he said and he'd be there on TV. But
I really liked the segment anyway. I thought it was cool. I thought the whole show was good. Winter's Coming, but that segment especially made me happy to be a wrestling fan. I saw some people saying he didn't do anything, but it's like, I mean, honestly, if you look back, arguably his biggest run, he sat on the rafters for a year and made every once in a while came out and beat people up with a baseball bat. And it's his first appearance. Like, you don't want to run through the entire run in one show. He came out and he made his appearance. Like, I thought that was a good way to bring him in. And then we'll watch it down the road and see what else happens.
I heard he's gonna have a match. One match.
I think he'll probably be in a which I see a lot of people, and I probably people here mad about that, but I'm fine with him having a match, especially if it's probably be like an 8-man tag match where he'll come in and do like a couple spots. And probably won't take any bumps.
I figure if nothing else, it's going to bring in some of your casual fans, which is the whole idea.
And there was the image of him with Darby Allin. I thought, well, that's really cool. It's your modern guy and your legend. And that gave him instant rub right there. I dug it. What did you think of it, Incher?
Oh, I was getting Vic the Impact link. I misunderstood. I thought he seen the show from a link that somebody posted on the group. So you haven't seen it, Vic?
Yeah, I saw the show.
Oh,
I saw it on. I saw most of it on the Twitch.
Oh well, I gave myself a concussion earlier, so I don't know what I'm doing.
Are you the lost Diener boy?
I guess so. The long lost.
Are you all right?
Cousin.
Do we need to have an intervention?
No,
Are you doing anything?
No, I thought he was saying he hadn't seen it, but okay. I thought
Lexar's an expert. He's taking interest on something. He's on some type of medication.
My opinion, I can't stand wrestling without a crowd.
I agree.
So just right there, I wasn't crazy about it, but I'm willing to give it another shot. So.
Vince Rudo says Jack Boy Disco Inferno didn't like this Sting debut either. I know he didn't. I actually do like Disco Inferno, but I don't agree with everything he says. But I don't think people have to agree on everything to like somebody.
Yeah.
And I don't find him hypocritical. Well, a little bit, because I do think it's funny. He's very anti comedy in wrestling, and he's the Disco Inferno, and his whole career was comedy. I find that a little odd, but. But I do think everything Disco says, I think he's always honest. I find him funny, and also he's not mean spirited at all. It is one thing I don't like about Cornette. He's a very mean spirited man. But so, what did you think of the Sting debut, Incher?
The Sting debut, I thought it was pretty awesome. The whole. Just bringing him out of nowhere, because I made sure to watch AEW because I was watching it on delay, and I was like, I better watch tonight because it's going to get spoiled if I don't. So for one, and just the title match in general, I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, and I had no idea going in that Sting was going to be on.
No, I mean, we heard rumors that he might show up to that one pay-per-view, which they didn't do that. But then when he showed up, I thought, oh, this is pretty awesome. When the lights went out, I was like, oh, they're going to do Sting. So I thought it was great.
Yeah, I loved it. And I saw people saying how old he looked. I honestly didn't think he looked much different than any time I've seen him in the last quite a while. I physically thought he looked pretty good shape. I saw people saying he was lost a lot of his hair. It looked pretty much the same as it's been. I mean, the guy's 60 years old. If his hair is a little thin, it's not that surprising.
Yeah. You can't keep it forever,
Yeah, and he's got the face paint and he's got the big trench coat, so it worked for me. And it's wrestling.
I liked when he went up to Darby Allin and he was kind of, like they might do a thing with them, but And then when he was looking at Cody, they were putting over how that he was a big fan of his father's and everything. So
I'm really looking forward to what happens. I liked it. Show felt that part particularly, but I thought the whole show felt pretty big. But that was a big moment. And Tony really sold it. He was going batshit crazy. He's going nuts. What did you think of it, Steven?
Actually, I really liked the whole show. From Sting. Sting just did his I'm gonna confront everybody with his baseball bat, and
but why is he
I think he's in for the he's in for a while. However, I really don't think he should be getting in the ring and wrestling too much. Maybe a 6-man or an 8-man tag.
I think that's what it'll be. I think he'll be in a 6 or 8-man tag.
Cody is always trying to bring back. Cody's trying to bring back these old WCW gimmicks. He could bring back an old WCW match and put Sting in it. Something to protect him. I mean, that's what you want to. That's what we want to see anyway. We don't want to see the legends out there getting their ass beat and getting beat down and stuff. We want if he's in an 8-man match,
comes in and does the Stinger splash or something.
Give
And then
somebody the death lock,
we get
Scorpion
happy.
death
We're
lock,
happy.
or-
I mean,
yeah.
I don't want to see him just getting his ass beat.
Yeah. And like I said, I enjoyed that. The title match. I don't. It seems like just another John Moxley match. But at least I thought it was a better John Moxley match than previous ones. Although I did like.
I like Moxley matches. So.
Yeah. And I did another thing that I'll give a plus side on Dynamite was I'm looking forward to Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker. So
yeah, really.
In Dynamite last week, I really liked it. I'm looking forward to tomorrow night's show.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I thought it was a good time. What'd you think, Song Man?
I was just like Steven, like I was going back and forth, and I was kind of upset that I missed kind of the beginning a little bit of it when I saw the update that Sting actually debuted. I was really happy to see that moment. Like Steven said, it was to start to finish, and then it even got even better when the title change dropped, because we know for sure it's got to be a daddy coming soon to take care of his wife. So this is going to be interesting where this goes next, and I'm really excited what's going to be brought up for Sting tomorrow.
What did you think, Lexar?
I thought it was a good show. Although my routine is like I have like an hour of Dynamite and I watch an hour of NXT, but I DVR the other half of Dynamite. By the way, NXT War Games was last Sunday, and Undisputed Era defeated Pat McAfee's team. Anyways, I thought it was good for nostalgia reasons, maybe, because like WCW early 90s and Shivani's voice. It's
he says the first time we've seen Sting on TNT in 20-something years.
Yeah. So it's great for nostalgia reasons. Now we have to like develop how is it gonna be for Sting? He's gonna talk tomorrow night on Wednesday Night Dynamite. So do you think it might be worse as tonight's Kenny Omega appearance on Impact?
What was that question?
Do you think it will be worse as Impact tonight with Kenny Omega?
What do you mean? Will be worse?
When Sting talks on AEW tomorrow.
Oh,
I don't think it'll be bad. I think it'll be good. They'll have something good planned, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, he's not a great promo.
I'm just wondering if they're going to kill a career, maybe. You think they're going to change his career gimmick now that he's on AEW? They didn't really do
no
in WWE.
I think he'll be doing the Crow kind of thing.
And I question whether they're going to let him wrestle at all, honestly. I don't know if they're going to.
I think they will, but we'll see. So they signed him to a long-term contract, multi-year. So, but even if I don't think he'll wrestle often, but I do think that he'll probably do a 6 or 8 man match here and there.
Do a big show.
Yeah.
What is their big show? Is it All In?
Yeah, All In, and Revolution was big this year.
Yeah,
I think All In's probably like their main
their
show.
WrestleMania mainly.
Yeah.
How come they don't use All Out name?
What was that?
How come they don't use the All Out name? Is it?
Well, I think they did on the second All In was All Out, right?
I guess they could bring it back. Yeah. But I guess you want to make every show a big show, though. So, like, maybe the WrestleMania concept is kind of flawed in a way. Like, because it is a pay-per-view. It's supposed to be, like, making people want to pay to see it. So
right. Yeah, you want them all. You don't want to be like, this is the throwaway pay-per-view.
Yeah.
They only do for you.
This is the crappy pay-per-view. But we'll really go all out on All Out.
Exactly. All right. We have Taso.
I think he's leaving.
The pencil neck Greek on the line. Man, Taso's looking rough.
His audio keeps connecting to audio. There he is.
Is that Taso or is that Tommy Dreamer?
Taso, you there? Oh.
We're not hearing you, Taso.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah, I think I understood that.
We can't hear you.
I think he's yelling obscenities at us now.
Man. I thought he was in the big house. I thought he got arrested.
That's what you told me.
Oh, that's what he told me. I don't know. I think this is why he got arrested. He was doing this in the dog barn.
Wish I could read lips.
Wow. What's going on? I'm glad Faith is
Oh
on.
no, now he's got a knife.
No.
We're gonna get I hope we don't see him like hurt himself on the show.
Let me get my stun gun so I can defend myself.
I hope he doesn't like whip anything else out.
Yeah, really.
Maybe he might injure himself just like Incher did tonight.
Uh-oh.
Do you feel bad for Incher? You better put that away, Incher. You already hurt yourself just rubbing your head.
Back, Taso, back. Yeah.
Don't get the gun out tonight, Incher. There might be you might like accident.
Get some more pictures.
No, I'm afraid you already hurt yourself just like touching your head. Imagine what you could do with your weapons.
He couldn't hold it in because he made the toilet seat win because that's why he fell and get a concussion.
Well, Taso had a knife. I was protecting myself.
All right.
He had a knife.
Maria, the Dancing Queen, says, I was very shocked when Sting showed up on AEW. I thought he retired completely, but I'm happy he's in AEW. Great choice. He did. I agree, Maria.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Very happy to see it.
By the way, a huge shout out to Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Baby.
The man had a baby, Incher.
Yeah, I didn't think it was 9 months already, but I guess it was. So,
Yeah.
boy, time flies when you're having fun, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's
So
the name?
congratulations to
Rue?
them.
Is it Rue? ROUX?
Oh, it's very unusual.
Isn't roux like what you make when you make a roux when you're going to make some gravy or something?
I understand that roux is ginger in French. So.
Now, how do you say it?
Roux.
Well, that's like my nickname at the house.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do they call you Roux?
I've told this story before because, like, when I was a baby and my mom looked at me and said, "He looks like Mickey Rooney."
Oh, really?
So they've always called me Rue.
You still do?
You think so?
Yeah.
I can do some of Pete's Dragon for you. I can be like one of his musical numbers.
What's he doing? Is
Vic
he
wants to hear it.
Let's hear it. But I think he's like making some. I think he's taking some illegal substances there, Tazo.
I forget he had like a song in the lighthouse. I can't remember. If only someone.
Do you remember anything?
Yeah.
Are you having like early onset dementia?
You get live on the show and you get put on the spot and then you forget things. So whatever.
Don't feel bad. It was a totally forgettable movie.
Pete's Dragon. It's a good movie.
The worst Disney movie ever made.
Oh, Songs of the South. Songs of the South.
It was entertaining. That was entertaining.
I don't know if I'd go that. I wouldn't say that, Vic.
Pete's Dragon is not very good. That actually whole era is not very good.
The Gogans, he had them chasing Petey around. They're like, Petey, it's good stuff.
Sword and the Sorcerer is not very good. Whatever it is, Robin Hood.
Oh, I like Robin Hood. You're crazy.
It's a bad era of Disney movies.
Robin Hood was good.
No, it's considered one of the worst animated Disney movies.
Yeah, but
that whole era is bad.
It's probably better than a lot.
I think you just like it because you were a baby at the time.
I know.
It's like a lot of things. You know. Although you do tend to like a lot of, not so hot stuff.
That's why I can't quit you, baby.
But I'm the hottest.
Whatever.
Does that get you going, Incher?
No.
What do you think, Lex? I'm pretty sexy, don't you think?
Yeah, you're pretty handsome, rugged man. Got a hat on, blue t-shirt. Nice.
Want you hear Tazo yet?
Christmas outfit.
Taso, say something.
And then a nice hat.
Yeah, it's a sweet. Looks sweet. Ho 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 ho.
Oh, oh, oh. Would you come sit on my lap, Incher?
No. No.
All right, fair enough. All right. Vince says even Juju buried Pete's dragon.
I like Pete's Dragon.
Oh.
I don't care. I like it. It was one of my niece's favorite movies, so whatever.
Anything else?
Nuts to you guys. You're all stinkers.
Whoa! I'm glad Faith isn't in the room right now.
Stinkers.
Lexar, can you believe he's using this kind of language?
Yeah, y'all should be offended.
Mm-hmm.
He's using vulgar language like this.
I really think Steven can go sit on attack.
Ooh, that's fighting words.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you mean a jive turkey over here.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to throw that one in. I'll use
that. By the way, thank you, Maria. Maria says I shared this stream on Facebook. Hope you guys do not mind. We do not. Thank you. Helping spread in your head. Very, very helpful. Thank you. We appreciate that.
Unlike you probably appreciate me because that was me again.
Well, thank you. You're a good man.
Thank you so much.
Hall of Famer. I think Hall of Famers all around here.
No. And Steven, were you the only one that officially watched War Games? Because it wasn't that much of a pack of a card, but of course it was just like the Royal Rumble. It was only just the War Games that was interesting. Even though the women did kind of feel a little too short, but we knew it wasn't going to pack last year.
Also, I felt there was too much garbage in that match that wasn't even used. Like, was it Io Shirai, the champion, spent more time throwing garbage in the ring and they didn't even use it? Although
I saw it too.
It was a good fast-paced match, but like a lot of it didn't make any sense. Although I did like the finish.
I like the women's War Games.
Yeah,
good physical match. A lot of women boot kicking booty. You know, I didn't know most of them were.
First time. I think this was even the first time I ever saw like a War Game when two faces were in the ring. When the next came out, this is probably the first time. Because remember, it's always two heels that started off.
Yeah, I think that's a mistake. Honestly, you should always have the heels outnumber, and not just in wrestling, but in any storytelling, you should have the baby face. Your hero should always overcome, as opposed to the villains have to overcome.
But if you were listening carefully to the commentary, Wade Barrett forgot this.
Oh,
and he was commenting like the heels had the advantage in this match, even though the faces did.
Yeah, he's not a great commentator. He yells a lot.
But I keep forgetting what's her name? Was it Raquel Gonzalez or what? The big girl?
Yeah, that's her.
Heels. She was just beating the crap out of these baby faces, just left and right. I mean, she was pretty good. And she was doing that stare down with Rhea Ripley. I think I like to see them go at it eventually.
Taso, are you there? I don't know what's going on with Taso.
Yeah, his audio just doesn't work.
Yeah. Oh, I think you might be on now. Oh, hold on. I'm going to hit ask to unmute. You should come up on your page now to
what a stupid fuck. It's so fucking gay, man.
There, we hear you.
Wow.
We can hear you.
Just listen. I'll just listen. I got nothing to say.
We can hear you.
Doesn't matter. I got nothing to say.
So you all that trouble and you're not even going to say nothing?
I've been microdosing mushrooms. How about that?
Let me have some.
Like
I will. Who needs some? Yeah, shiitake. No, Liberty Caps, I think. But I seriously, man, no anxiety or anything.
Is that legal in New York?
Yeah, I don't believe so. Not right now, though.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, what's up, you fucking faggots?
Man.
Looks like you got some editing to do, Jack.
You don't do you are you a druggie too, Lexa? You're getting all excited.
I see the smoke though. So.
Lexa, are you doing mushrooms? Are you doing mushrooms and peyote and?
Oh, hi, John.
Well, if I knew where he lived in New York, we'd probably go party down though.
Party up, party down,
I never
party
knew
up.
this about Lexar. Did you, Insure?
No, I
thought he
wasn't
was straight edge.
I would have thought so too.
Where's the crow?
Although I do like drink more than the smoky thingy.
So look at this. You guys aren't that far apart. Why don't you guys get together? You guys can hang out. Taso and Lexar.
Call into the show together.
Oh, that I would do. Yeah, together like on a couch or something.
Yeah.
Like just our socks on, our dicks in our hands, bottle of lotion. We're like he's this way and I'm the other way. Just call in. So what's going on? Hey, look, it's the Raven. It's the Crow. Stephen
okay. I think I know why Lexar isn't going over.
Lexar, you wouldn't hang out with Taso?
I'm not sure at this point.
You guys can watch some CBS Sports.
Watch some football. Watch some of them big black dudes running around with those tight asses and shit. Yep, sounds good. Okay, so what's going on, man? You guys gonna revolutionize the business, or you sit there and you go, nah. Do something about it. Come on, pull some strings. Ain't sure you got probably got a whole family of like dudes named Thumper and Bumper, you know, and
Bumper. I just seen them the other day. Yeah, they're doing good.
I thought so.
What you been up to, Tazo?
Nothing. Working and that's it, man. Fish.
Oh, no legal troubles?
Nah, not really.
I'm glad that's worked out then.
Yeah, I hit someone with a tennis ball. That wasn't very nice. I kind of basically got off my meds, right? Mm-hmm. And so I flipped out on these two very nice women that are very nice to me. And like I really lost it. And I was like cursing at them on text. And I said like really weird stuff, like nothing that made any sense, usually just kind of on a tangent.
Wow, really? You know? That's unusual for you.
It's kind of strange. Like I'll be like, Stephen Butler, you raven-looking motherfucker. I hope those guys in the movie actually come and kill your whole family. You know, we just be like really dumb stuff that makes absolutely no sense. But within the insults always is what? A grain of salt, a grain of what? Truth, right? Of course, and that hurt everyone's feelings. But then at the park, so I go there and no one wants to, this chick doesn't want to talk to me. She's like the bomb, the hottest girl I've ever seen. So I took a tennis ball, right? And I wanted to like just tap her with it, just tap her. Like you just throw it at it and like just bounce off her big fat ass. But I started running. I kind of like blanked out because I was also on like Benadryl and testosterone, but don't worry about all that. So then like I just start running and I whipped the ball at her like Nolan Ryan, 1,000 miles an hour, hit her square in the back. They threw me out of the park. No one's talking to me. And then I come home and I realize I'm not on my medication. Like I fucked my meds up because I ran out and then I didn't take it. And then I took it and I tried to like fuck around with just one med, but it's like an anxiety med. So I was trying to ride the razor, you know, like just like ride the anxiety line, you know, like just be real tough, like kind of like jam some fucking needles in your arm. All right, anyway, I'm just kidding. So then I hit her and everyone was mad at me. And then I got back on my meds. It was pretty good. Then I took a gram of mushrooms, magic mushrooms. And that was fascinating because I didn't like trip out or anything, I didn't see anything, but I felt like this kind of bodily hum, like, and I could feel the anxiety at the tip of my fingers. But I also didn't have like any tinnitus, like, you know, like a sound. I just had silence. It's kind of wild, So Incher, you got any fucking Liberty Caps or any type of mushrooms that you know of? Because I'm sure you're always hanging out in the stables and the cow dung and, you know, shoveling poop and shit. So maybe you see some mushrooms around. I'm up to? I don't know.
Well, Jack does poop a lot, so
maybe near the outhouse.
Does clean it up for me.
Well, how about you there, Stephen Butler? You guys up there in Eskimo country? I'm sure there's like, you guys just do anything over there. Transsexuals, dudes sucking other dudes' cocks. and mushrooms under the rug.
I don't live in that part of town.
Isn't that what Trudeau's all about? Like just free everything. Hey, suck a dude's cock. It's okay. My dad was what was his dad? Wasn't his dad some kind of psych, like a really good prime minister? He turned out to be a big giant homosexual, liberal fucking NWO, Epstein pedophile, just a disgusting piece of shit, basically. And he wore blackface.
Well, what he did 20, 30 years ago really is irrelevant. He's probably going to get reelected, so.
Hey, you know what I'll do? I'm going to shave my head right now on your show.
Okay. You're going to have to draw a new picture if he shaves his head.
I'm going to go shave my head. You guys do your wrestling thing, whatever. I'm going to go shave my head. I'm going to go shave it right now. I'm going to get my shaver and shave it. Okay.
All right. Seems like a reasonable thing to do while you're broadcasting. I'll shave my head. Should we shave our heads? I mean, is that what we're supposed to be doing?
I guess.
I already shaved mine.
I actually did get a sketch pad, but I didn't bring it downstairs here. So unfortunately, I did that one on the line paper again.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
but I think it might be my favorite one.
The Taso one.
Yeah, I think I nailed
pretty good.
It.
Yeah.
The only one
Jackie Jones needs a ticket to the bar because he's got to go drink something with Lion King Scar because this is the best artwork he's made after Lexar.
The Lexar one's good too. The only one I was disappointed in is I could have done a better Vic. I'll do a better Vic at some point.
We got to make Taso lose like a hair match before he does this.
Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah. If he's I think he's really doing it too. He's really gonna shave the head on the show.
Yeah.
And he's got some build on him. I mean, he might be.
I can use the camera.
Might be Tommy Dreamer
to cut my hair. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's true. You can see yourself.
Just go do your thing. I'll just cut my.
All right.
So you really gonna cut your hair?
Yeah, why not?
You're gonna shave it off?
Sure. Is this too loud?
See it up here.
I feel like I'm watching WrestleMania 23 all over again.
Yes, this is just like a WrestleMania. Oh, you meant the hair match when?
Yeah.
We just need Donald Trump in here to do it.
Uh-huh.
He's got nothing else going on. Oh
God!
That's some good. I think the Clippers are working better than they normally are in wrestling, though.
Yeah,
usually they get all caught up in the sweat. I think that's the problem usually in the match. They're sweaty. Doing a pretty good job. Missing a little bit behind the ear there.
That's always a hard part to get behind the ear.
Yeah.
That looks pretty good already.
Pretty good. Going to
I always pull my ear forward and kind of like do it like that.
Right. Do you think he's going to do the top head too? Or do you think he's just going to shave the sides?
Maybe just the sides. I don't know.
This is good shit, right? Good stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff. This is the first on the show. Oh, it's getting a little tight up there.
Could you shave IYH in the side of your head
that
real
would be
quick?
Sweet.
No.
Whoa. We don't need to see that.
Could you shave IYH in the side of your head real quick?
I would, but not with this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But all right, let's see. Let's try.
He's going for the eye. Not his eyeball, but he's putting an eye in his head. Yeah,
there's the eye.
Yeah, I think it's probably
too big. I think
too big. Yeah. Maybe you could just leave it like that. That's a pretty good look.
You think so?
No. Let's see. Now he's going really deep for the Y. Huh? I might get it. I don't know what you.
No, that's not a Y. I don't think
that's not a Y.
Close.
No,
close.
No, it's just like a line.
Yeah, maybe if you go up and
towards your face.
Yeah, towards the face side. Oh
no, not on your face. On that last one you did, if you put the other line on there,
like
so it's a Y.
If you go like this way.
No, the
other way. Other way.
Yeah, that's good enough. IY, yeah, that's an IY.
I look like a Jewish kid. gonna play with my little
Yeah, that's all Jewish people, like just like that.
my little cap. Got my little cap on.
What is that? Oh, that's your
That's my grinder.
I thought it was like a little banjo or something. Yeah.
A little grinder. So I put my cat in it.
Don't do that.
And my catnip goes meow, 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 meow.
What is
meow.
it?
Hoosier Highway hasn't had a haircut in almost a year, but I actually learned to shave, cut my own hair during the COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Boom. Looks like he's proficient in this. He's done it before, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You always do your own hair?
I
Very
do
Travis
not.
Bickle-ish of you?
You know why, man? The last time I went to this place near my house, they're all Puerto Rican in there. Not even know if they're all like Hispanic, right?
All right.
And so the guy like starts kind of cracking up. He's like, "Yo, Blanco, something to his buddy." And I'm saying, like, you think I don't know what Blanco is? I'm from fucking Brooklyn, you idiot. So I didn't say that, although I might have said that. Nah, I wouldn't have said it. So anyway, so he cut my hair and then he charged me $22. And I was like, well, I'm just going to cut it myself from now on.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go anywhere, of course, but why does the guy have to call me a Blanco? I don't understand.
I don't know what a Blanco means.
You know what that means, you idiot.
I honestly don't know what it means.
Like a white guy, dude.
Oh.
That means white dude in Spanish.
Oh, well, Lexar knows. That's what he after the show. His mom's like, "What have you been doing, Lexar?" And he goes, "Just talking to those two Blancos again."
Actually, the correct term is gringo. Gringo.
El Gringo Loco. We know that from El Santo Loco would call in and he goes, "Gringos."
Yeah, so that Puerto Rican dude might be calling Taso the Greek.
I thought he's gonna leave the mohawk, but he's shaving it all.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna try to leave it. It's crooked though. I think the dude's Colombian, you know. Not that it matters.
They make good coffee.
Son of a bitch.
What's the matter?
Oh,
I see.
Just trying to straighten it up.
You have a military jacket to go with this look? With a We the People?
I don't know. I don't want to push my luck, man. I'm gonna do an Alex Wright. How about that? Let's do the Alex Wright.
You're missing a little bit over your right ear, or your left ear, behind the ear, like right behind the ear. Yeah, there you go. And then do the same thing on the other ear. There you go. Now you got to do the same on the other ear. This is riveting. This is some great wrestling analysis right here.
So Jackie Jones, I bet for Christmas you're gonna have to give him a DVD player made by Sony because he's doing this lonely and he's about to turn into the 2020 in your head pony.
There you go.
Better be eating some pepperoni.
There you go, Pony Boy here.
If this doesn't get a Heady award, I don't know what will.
This is the best head shaving of the year.
Yeah.
I probably got that little spot where your hair gets all twirly and stuff. There.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be picking at that fucker forever.
Cowlick is that?
Yeah. I didn't know if that was just a Southern thing. I was about to say cowlick, but I was like, I don't want to look like the hillbilly. So
kind of like that area, right?
There we go.
Is he going to get the broom now?
Yeah, did he just have a pile of hair just laying on his like?
Maybe there's just a pile of hair everywhere.
Probably is all the time. Mike Whitcomb says, "Can Songman cut his hair next?"
Hey, let me do the dance. I'm like the heroin addicted Alex Wright.
I think that's a good look.
Yeah.
There you go. It's gonna go to the dog park like this. What's up, ladies? Hey, that's a nice Shih Tzu you got.
What's up, fellas? I'd be like, what color hanky's in your left pocket?
That's my long underwear.
Yeah.
I better get out of that spotlight before we get kicked off.
What are you gonna get kicked off for? Dude shaved his head. It's no big deal.
Well, I didn't know where else was going after that.
That's about it. That's all I got tonight. I don't watch wrestling.
That was worth it. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was your best. That's probably your best call ever.
What the fuck did I do? Thank you.
Probably your most coherent segment ever on the show.
It's the mushrooms, man. It's the psilocybin. I swear.
I think it looks pretty good though. Maybe you could do that on the side. Sell fish and haircuts.
Every fucking loser cuts hair. I'm sorry, and there's no offense to any barbers anywhere. So now what you see in Brooklyn,
we have a big barber audience here.
Oh, you do? Here's what you see in Brooklyn now. You see the barber shop. Then next to the barber shop is the smoke shop. And then next to the smoke, and they sell fucking weed in the smoke shop. Next to the smoke shop is the fucking tattoo parlor. And that's that's what you see now. It's like 3 stores in a row. And it's like haircut place, pot place, and then the tattoo place.
I see.
Work together.
What do you think Brutus Beefcake would have thought of this?
Yo, you don't have like the Italian guy. Hey, how you doing? Let me cut your hair today, Mr. Johnson. No, it's like, yo, what's up? Yo, what's up? What's up, man? And they're gonna give you like some nice fucking lines in your hair and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what was
you ever shaved the little lines in the eyebrows?
No, that is not. I think you can ask Lexar that. His dad probably used to do that. Does his dad have a gold tooth or anything?
Hey, Jonathan Jackson, thank you so much. We appreciate that. $5 super chat.
Oh, yeah!
There you go.
Woo! Jonathan Jackson!
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
I'm on a little delay. It came up a little later. But I'm watching it through the studio, not through the actual chat.
So congratulations for coming on the air. Just so everyone's aware, we all had something interesting for everyone to share because he cut off all his hair and he looks better than just a teddy bear.
Exactly. Now in the chat, they're saying is Songman next, but I'm wondering, is Faith going to be the next one to shave her head on the show?
I was Dad while he was shaving his head. I was like, hey, I can go get the clippers. I can
do it. Lexar's next, but he's got to shave his butt.
I already cut my hair, so it's too late.
Yeah.
We got
the ones in his
nostrils with Steven.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm growing my hair until for the rest of time.
Oh.
No.
Yes. Hey, I'm an Aboriginal Indian.
We had a head shaving. Next week we're just gonna see on Steven while his hair grows.
No, I was an extra in a movie, and the hair people, I guess they decided they wanted me to have a mohawk haircut.
Really?
So the hair people just my hair was kind of like this, and they just took all this stuff
like a faux hawk.
and they moved it up here, and then they sprayed it, and then it stayed like that. And I was walking around with this weird looking mohawk style haircut for a while.
Hawk. That became a style after later. Miz did that for a while, the faux hawk.
Oh yeah. I didn't realize that's what that was called.
Again, that would be a good look, Steven. Maybe next week before the show you can get your hair up for a mohawk. Give us a war chant.
I don't think he's doing it, Jack.
No, I like long hair. Yeah.
All right. So anything else wrestling related before we get to the questions? It's after midnight already.
Oh dear. I was going to give you a Raw report, but
make it quick.
Rest in peace.
I'm not putting you on the spot. I'm just saying you can do it.
Pat Buck's suit.
What was that?
Pat Buck's suit.
Rest in peace, Pat Buck's suit.
Pat Buck, he's been like I
was thinking the same thing.
Guy's done a few things on Raw recently. Do what?
I was thinking the same thing. I don't know who Pat Buck is.
Yeah. He's not like a huge name, but he has been on the show as of late. So he was the guy who like suspended Nyla Jax after she like beat up on him or something like that.
Nice.
But it's a huge
storyline.
So what happened to his suit?
Well, Sheamus and Drew McIntyre picked him up and threw him through a table. And first they tried to disrobe him. Actually, I thought they were gonna like strip him naked.
Nice.
because, but instead they just picked him up and threw him through a table.
That happens to me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
If I had a nickel for every time I thought someone was going to strip me and then they threw me through a table, I'd have no money. But
common occurrence, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So was that's the highlight of Raw? Was they
pretty
put
much
that
because it was a very boring throwaway show.
That's pretty much the run of the mill for Raw.
Yeah.
Probably the best part of that on it. So
I don't normally drink flavored coffee,
given
but
up
I've got
before the
butterscotch
holidays,
coffee.
first of
I'm
all.
sorry. I'm sorry, Songman. What was up?
Well, they always give us a lame show before the holiday comes up to close
That's
the year
true.
because there's nothing that big. I want to say since Armageddon went away.
Well, that's a good description of it. It was kind of a lame show, actually.
Has Santa been on yet this month?
Not yet. No.
I'm keeping it festive all month here on In Your Head and Without Your Head, all the video shows. I'm going to miss this after the holiday. All these lights, tinsel.
Did you guys talk about Punky Brewster?
No, but since you did bring that up, I saw on Facebook, Incher, that they're doing a Punky Brewster reboot. And that Charlotte and what's her
Alexa
name?
Bliss.
Alexa Bliss are going to be in it. I thought at first like Alexa Bliss was the new Punky Brewster, but I guess they're just going to be like in an episode.
So are they going to have like the real Punky Brewster come out, or
I guess it's a new Punky, or no, it's
what's her name? Like
continue,
Sully
so it's
Moon
Punky
Fry?
Brewster now as an adult.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I know her name.
I don't know. Is there a big demand for the return of Punky Brewster?
Yes. No. Yes. It's similar to like that the My Little Pony shit and X-Men cartoons from it's all these Jack. Don't listen to all these boneheads because they're all very nice people, but they're all boneheads. It's all these little fucking millennial faggots, okay? Weren't allowed to play in the streets. Weren't allowed to like take, maybe they had some acid by mistake one day, or they got touched by, the crack.
Touched by an angel.
They're just all they've been hidden away like a bunch of Jews during the Holocaust. They've just been hidden in their little things, reading their Torahs. But nowadays, it's not a Torah; it's their little phones and their computers and their laptops and all that kind of shit. So.
The views of Taso the Greek do not necessarily represent the views of In Your Head.
I like that Taso's call-in's going to be like him going, hello, then the head shake, and then it's going
to be... No. Punky Brewster. So Punky Brewster is what? It's just another one of these nostalgia things. It's a terrible one. I mean, Jesus, wasn't Mr. Belvedere in that show?
Mr. Belvedere? I don't think he was.
I was a big fan of Mr. Belvedere.
Yeah.
Was it Bob Uecker that was on that show? Who was?
Yeah, Bob.
Well, he was on.
He was on Mr. Belvedere.
Yeah,
he was a big gay guy, Mr. Belvedere, right?
Yeah, he's a very pleasant man. I was a big fan.
I got no problem with that.
Yeah.
And isn't Punky Brewster now one of the stars of?
I didn't know Punky Brewster went on to do anything.
Didn't you do that show? Oh, she's a.
I have no idea.
I know what she's been on. She's insanely hot. I know what she's been on. She's insanely hot. She's on one of these kid shows. I think Sabrina, the Teenage Witch kind of shit like that. And really, really good looking chick. Not for nothing.
The only thing I've seen her on is like when they had like people who comment on video clips and stuff. I've seen her on that. That's the only thing I've really ever seen her on.
She's on that Sabrina, the Teenage Witch with that comedian. I forget her name. Those two comedians. Not that I know exactly, but anyway. Yeah, so all these kids, man, with their little nostalgia. Oh, My Little Pony, and whatever. Meanwhile, I was watching Thundar the fucking Barbarian, a dystopian cartoon about this dude and his.
So before you continue, what do you think of this drawing of you?
I like it. It's very good.
Thank you. I did it live here on the show for you.
I noticed it before, and I actually made a contact with my secretary to start a little bid for that beautiful little piece that you made.
Right, starting bid at $10.
Sign it.
I'll sign it for you.
Yes. Very good. Yeah,
so the Barbarian though, that was a good show.
That was a really good show. He's got, the sorceress, and then he's got that guy, that mook thing, and they're running around the Isle of Manhattan, and you see, everything's destroyed. It's a really good cartoon.
All these shows they bring back are really just meaningless drivel.
Yeah, Punky Brewster. She's an orphan. What the fuck is that?
It was on.
It's
people remember it, but it's not like it doesn't really have anything to say.
I think people are pretending. I think one person just comes out and goes, "Hey, Punky Brewster was really great," and everyone just like, yeah, because there's nothing wrong with saying you like Punky Brewster. Like, there's nothing wrong. There's literally nothing wrong. I mean, unless you're a 51-year-old man and you're like Punky Brewster, but otherwise, there's nothing wrong with it. So now, if you say you like Fat Albert, woo!
I do. Like Fat Albert.
Whole totally different thing. You'll never see a Fat Albert. Well, obviously, you'll never see a Fat Albert movie. True. Yeah, but whatever. I mean, you won't see a Thunder or the Barbarian.
Maybe when he gets out of prison, that's what he'll try to bring back Fat Albert.
Be funny. Yeah. Fat Albert's doping.
Mel Gibson's been accepted back. Everyone loves Mel Gibson again.
What's that movie he's in where he's like
Batman
Falls and he's like blowing people up and stuff?
Lethal Weapon?
No, he's like in an action movie, but he's Santa Claus. That's what it is.
Batman. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Batman.
I haven't seen it, but I do want to watch it.
The Batman movie?
Batman.
Oh, Fat Man?
Yeah, he plays the Santa Claus who's like going around killing people.
Wow, nice. That's real good. Good stuff. I'll be
gone
really
from Braveheart.
Spend the 1 hour and point something minutes I work my ass off at some piece of shit pet store so I can give it to Hollywood, those fucking pedophiles. Thank you very much, Jack. I won't be watching that shit. Thank you for shilling for your fucking friends.
Intra's the one who brought it up.
Oh, yeah. Intra, the fucking Freemason, the head of the Freemasons, the fucking
I don't even know what Freemasons
Grandmaster
are.
himself.
I actually have a Mason's Lodge near me.
Yeah.
I know you do. Yeah. All the Masons, like they all ran away
down there, he says.
During the anti-Mason era of the 1800s. So all your fucking faggot ancestors.
It's actually been there since the 1700s.
There you go, man. I mean, I don't know where you're from, obviously, Jack, like exactly, but I think that's some Freemason blood in you. You probably got a little bit of magic going in under your little fingertips there, buddy. Do you know how to build anything?
Do I know how to build anything? What is it, like a Lego mansion or something?
You're a Mason, right?
Oh,
like an architect.
I see.
No.
I made a chessboard in shop.
It's no wonder like the Masons haven't contacted Jack. They're like, yeah, we don't need this one. He's okay.
This is a true story. When I was in LA several years ago, well, both times I was in LA and I stayed off Hollywood Boulevard. And the first time was with Annabelle. And every time we walked down Hollywood Boulevard, there's a big Scientology church. And they'd harass every person who walked by trying to give away this. How they get you is they offer you this free, come and watch a movie for free at the Scientology church. And then I guess they get you in there, and then they try to like brainwash you to join Scientology. And they asked everybody. They asked Annabelle. They didn't ask me. I was like, what the hell's wrong with me? And then when I went back last year, again, everyone's bothering me to take tours, all stuff, but the Scientologists never bothered me either time I was in LA.
Dang.
And at first it's like, it's good because I don't want to be bothered by the Scientologists, but then it gives you like, what the hell is wrong with you? Why am I not good enough to be brainwashed by Scientologists?
Because they can't brainwash you, man.
That's true. Maybe they figured that.
They see you. I mean, I don't know. They could tell maybe you're an empath of some kind, or your personal psychic energy, your potential is really, really high. Who knows?
So I have a word of advice on how not to be bothered when you're in the city.
Maybe you're an atheist.
Because people tell, well, I am, but people tell you if you look at the sky up, they'll know that you're a tourist because you're looking at look at them, they're tall buildings. Whoa. So they'll bother you thinking you're a tourist. But also if you're in Hollywood Boulevard, you don't want to look down because you're looking at all the stars. And if you live in the area, you're not looking at the stars because you've seen them 1,000 times. So you just look forward. Don't make eye contact with anybody, and then they won't bother you. So that's my advice.
So basically, go on a trip, but don't enjoy.
But don't
your
look
trip.
at anything.
It's like, oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
If there's a WrestleMania trip and I get to go to LA, fortunate enough to go to LA, I'll take that on advice.
Yeah, I like LA. I had a good time in Hollywood.
I
I was going to go back out this year for some projects, but the world ended.
I think Lexar is going to get off the airplane in LA. And by the time he gets out of the airport, he's going to join the Moonies or the Hare Krishnas, probably. Ooh. He won't even make it out the door. What do you think, Lexar? No?
Maybe. It all depends.
Depends on what? Their medical and their dental? What does it depend on?
My schedule at WrestleMania.
All right. Anything else before we get to the questions?
Yes, I do have a question of the Headyverse.
No, you stay in here, Steven.
Good night, Steven.
No,
you're a good man. No matter what interest says about you,
you're staying all night.
Boy.
Damn it.
Anyway, on to my question from the Headyverse. Do you think Hollywood doesn't have any good ideas now because all they do is
the hell is that?
Jeez, I don't remember that night.
No wonder you're forgetful. I'd want to forget that too.
Yeah, erase my memory on that
one. Do I think? Honestly, people say that kind of stuff a lot, but there's a lot of original stuff out there, but people don't go to it because when there's a sequel to a big movie, people go and see it. When there's a remake, people go and see it. That's why they do those, because they're proven track record. So I don't think that they're out of ideas. It's just people don't support the new ideas, unfortunately. There's a lot of new ideas, especially on the independent stuff. So to get to say that's one thing, but to help that happen, when there is a new movie out there that's an original idea, help support it and go see it or rent it now on video on demand.
Mm-hmm. Or watch it on HBO Max.
So now there's
yeah,
they're getting out of hand. Like every channel has, a pay streaming site. Now even the pay channels have like another pay. So it's like you pay for HBO, then you have to pay more for another HBO.
Yeah.
Because HBO is pretty expensive as is, isn't it? Like $15 a month. Then you got to pay more for the HBO Max.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
To see what is it? They have the reboot of Fresh Prince, I think.
Well, aren't they going to have like a bunch of movies from Warner Brothers now, like on the streaming service? Like Warner Brothers is just going to release everything on HBO Max.
Yeah, but you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
All right.
See, you should have got the Fresh Prince mom on when you could have. Now she's on.
Yeah, they asked to come on not that long ago. I should have done it.
Mm-hmm. Even though she's the second one.
Yeah, I think they have both moms on the show.
Did they get the first one? Because I hear she hates Will Smith.
Yeah, but she probably loves money more.
That's true.
Man, the Facebook page is just full of shots of Taso.
No,
there's lots of that means they love you.
Yeah, I know, but this is a service that I do by coming on your show, Jack. I think I'm really sure. I think people should respect me and they should appreciate me. And they should not put my. Are they making dirty things? Are they making those nasty things?
No, it's fine.
I miss the bits, whatever the fuck those things were called. The things we would.
Yeah, that like Interest Boy used to make Barty oil.
Yeah, oh my God,
not my boy. Here, I need.
What were those called? The
cartoon
things.
Bit strips.
Bit strips. Yeah, I actually did get a kick out of those too.
They had a good run. Yeah. Now we're getting all
You
nasty.
think he single-handedly killed the bit strips? Do you think they like ended him because he kept doing these naughty bit strips? They're like, we can't keep putting this out here. Look at this. What the hell is this guy doing?
Me, y'all did it.
No,
you guys did
no,
it.
Barty Oil.
He's crazy.
I think he had the bit strips killed. I think he's the reason.
So of course he knew China and he was like her medium, and then Tammy Lynn.
I think that's the real guy that Barty Oil is based on.
Okay. Well, that's the guy I'm talking about. That's Brady Earl. So Brady Earl. So Tammy Lynn Sitch. Now he's like, I don't know what he is with her. Like he's her lawyer. Or is
really?
I
don't know. She picked somebody.
But who's the new one? Who's the new chick that he's gonna like stick to? And,
no, it was BB the EMT. That's not even a joke. I'm serious. That's who he represents. That was BB the EMT.
Okay, well, she was like around for like less than a month.
I know.
Okay, so who's going to be the next person that he's going to like, orbit and creep the fuck out? Or who?
BB the EMT.
No, it won't be. You know who will it be?
It is though. That's not even a bit. He really is.
Yeah. It won't be. I'll tell you who it'll be. Okay, maybe it is now, but there'll be someone else. And I'll tell you who it is because you actually wish that you're going to get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. It's one of my least favorite women wrestlers, Melissa Coates. And I don't even know why I'm picking her because she's just weird. Oh, Jack getting mad.
I don't even know her.
You know Melissa Coates.
I know of her, but it's like I've never met her or anything.
All right. Well, because I don't know. I don't know. I just pulled that out of my head. Okay, so let's say, you know who it's going to be, right? It's going to be Incher's girlfriend, Nia Jax.
Nia Jax? Okay.
Yeah, I think he's gonna probably fall in love with her and become her. I don't know.
I used to think
if she heard about this. Nia, the guy used to be Barty Oil. She says no. She says no.
I used to think Incher looked like a Samoan.
Yeah,
when I first started talking to you,
like. You always would say I'm the Samoan prince, but it's like I don't look Samoan whatsoever.
The old pictures of you look Samoan.
Maybe it was the angle. I don't know, but I mean, I'm not Samoan.
Looks like a modern day Yokozuna.
Now I was King Kong Bundy last week. Now
Yokozuna. Did you say? Did he say Yokozuna?
Yokozuna.
Is that what you said, dude?
Yes.
Oh, that's hilarious! Oh my god!
By the way, we were casting for an '80s WWF movie last week, Taso. Who would you play?
Yokozuna.
That's who we play, I guess.
All right. Well, let's go to the questions.
Excellent.
Tyler Stevens, how long have you guys been on the air? 2 hours and 22 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Or does he mean for 16 years? Yes. Which do you think are In Your Head's finest episodes?
This one.
There you go. This one is pretty good. I have to say. Finest episodes, Incher. Terry Funk's always been one of my favorites.
Yeah, that was always a good one. Always liked when Paul Bear would come on. Paul Bear.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I like those shows too. Any of you guys have a favorite episode of In Your Head?
Last time New Jack was on there was a good one.
It's a good one.
You talked about what was it? The Brick House TV. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. It's too bad we never did get Brickhouse Brown on the show.
The Scott Hudson episode.
Those are good. I like those too. It's a good one. Songman, do you have a favorite?
There's been too many, but I think maybe the one when I first got into In Your Head actually was the one when you had, I think it was 2009 probably, when you had Roxy Laveau, aka Nikki Walks on.
Oh, nice. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Tazo, do you have a favorite?
I do. That long time ago, Rock Riddle, that old fucking man. I can't stand him. I never heard of him, and I wanted to just kick the fucking shit out of him. He mouthed off to me, and I really thought that was your best episode ever.
Maybe we'll get back on.
Yes.
Dobbs, ever have recurring dreams where people are watching you while you defecate on the toilet? Nope.
I wonder what that one means, where you have people watching you on the toilet.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Does anyone have a dream book? There's probably
We need
online.
like a dream therapist for the show to tell us what that one means.
Any updates on Swax? Nope.
No. Haven't heard from Swax in a very long time.
Nikhil wants to know, can you ask Lexar to stay on and answer these questions?
Alrighty.
Jeez, how many?
Not too many. 10.
Great.
10 questions, Lexar.
Give or take. Would you like to see a Sting versus Jericho feud in AEW?
No.
I think it'd be all right.
I'd like to
Might
see
be
it.
all right.
I'd like to see it.
Yeah, I'd see it. What will Shaq say on this week's Dynamite when he appears?
So he's appearing this week?
Yep, it's been announced he's going to be appearing on the show.
I think he's going to say, I don't like you, Cody, and let's have a match.
Man.
Something like that. Something to that effect, I imagine.
I think he'll plug Icy Hot.
And you got to get some Icy Hot.
Would you like to see Gallows and Anderson face the Bucks in some type of Bullet Club reunion match? Oh, yeah, I think that would be a good feud.
Papa John's is good. He'll also add that in there, too.
Don Callis and Kenny Omega, good partnership, yes or no?
I'd say yeah.
I'm digging
for
it.
sure.
Oh, Lexar is not in favor.
Yes, failing already. Look at Impact this week.
Well, Impact's bad, but thoughts on Jason Riker appearing as Elias's bodyguard on Main Event and Keith Lee wrestling on the same show? I have no idea who Keith Riker is, but it's pretty bad that Keith Lee's already on Main Event.
Oh, by the way, I did see Keith Lee's documentary on the WWE Network.
He has a documentary?
Yeah.
It's been around a year and he has a documentary.
Yeah, they talked about his life, his going up, playing football in Texas, giving up football, going into wrestling, and he went to WWE in 2009, and he played a security guard, and Vince McMahon punched him in the face.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, and like part of this, you didn't just do
it was Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase Jr. legacy against like Triple H.
Keith Lee, like 40?
I wouldn't say he's 40s.
I think.
Looks old to me.
34, Songman said.
I think he's 34.
Yeah.
So this was good? Was it worth watching?
It's very interesting. Liv Morgan as well. So
there's a documentary on Liv Morgan?
Yes.
Did they really run out? I mean, come on. That's who they're making documentaries on, Liv Morgan and Keith Lee.
You'd be amazed that there's other things on the WWE Network that they put on.
But couldn't they make one like on Honky Tonk Man or like someone that's been around for a while?
Yeah.
They now
the
have
life story of Liv Morgan.
Yeah, it's very interesting. She used to be a Hooters girl, and from being a Hooters waitress, she went into WWE. So
that's a hell of a documentary.
Yeah, you should watch.
My life as a Hooters girl.
Yeah.
No, see, he's cleaning up the hair now. I think.
God.
Is that Negan?
He's kind of dancing. He's doing like a rockabilly dance. That was pretty
right.
That's good.
Very nice.
Does he want to fly on his broom up to the moon? And it's my
man. Come on, sit down in my chair.
Balloon.
Oh, I say, I'm sorry, I interrupted the song man. Do it again. Yeah. Pepper boy, do it again.
Just fly on that broom up to the moon because you'll be up there soon because it's more better than going on a hot air balloon. You'll arrive on that moon before June.
There you go. That's Lexar's new favorite tune.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite memories of Pat Patterson. I think we already went over that, but it's a good question. Thoughts on WWE signing the Rascals? Spanky and the gang are coming.
I kind of talked about it earlier, but yeah. I didn't know about it, but that's good for them, I guess.
Who the hell are the Rascals?
It's Trey Miguel.
Who?
Trey Miguel. Well, let me think of another one. Dex.
Is this the retro? I thought that's Retribution.
No. And I know Jason Wentz. Yeah.
Who the fuck are these guys?
You don't watch Impact.
You don't watch Impact. You don't know who they are.
Jesus. I don't know what the hell wrestling is anymore. Which superstars on the WWE roster do you see as future WWE champions? I think Dex and Slapjack.
Who? Who?
Future champions.
Ramblin' Rabbit.
I like Ramblin' Rabbit.
Elias.
Yeah, it's very possible. Jeez, I can't hardly think of anybody.
Randy Orton.
Well, that's a given, isn't it?
Cedric Alexander?
Maybe Bobby Lashley.
Fucking, I don't know. Fuck your. What's the question? A world champion?
Yeah.
Like somebody who's never had it before, or just,
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because Bobby's had it.
You weren't even. I'm sorry, Incher. How would you even know with 17 fucking titles? Does it even matter? Where the fuck is Nikhil? Where is he? That fucking little stupid piece of shit. Don't take his fucking questions, man. What a stupid fucking question. Those titles are meaningless.
I'm with Taso.
I agree on the meaningless title, but I love Nikhil's questions. He's a good man.
No, he means well, but he does ask a lot of questions. And you can't leave, Lexar. You got to stay till the end.
Come on.
There's only a couple more.
It's past my bedtime. I'm tired.
When you were younger, did you watch the wrestling pay-per-views with your friends? No, I did not. I watched with my family.
Only like one, like the Royal Rumble, like a very early Royal Rumble. But after that, nobody was down with wrestling.
Which town, city in the USA would you love to visit when the pandemic is over? I'd like to go back out to LA. There's some projects in the works, some stuff I'm producing.
Sounds good to me.
Are you fans of the following films? Speed. Not really.
I'd never have a desire to watch it, but
I don't hate it or anything, but
I don't hate it. But
I don't go out of the way to like.
I've never thought to myself, I need to watch Speed right now. You know?
Yeah.
Speed. That's what he said. Asked Speed.
Yeah.
Speed was the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speed's
Thank you.
Movie.
Big Daddy. I don't even know what that is.
Big Daddy.
Is that like
Sandler?
An
Adam
Sandler movie? Oh God, no,
Probably.
definitely
Wow.
not. No.
Those are classics. In Nikhil's brain, this is a classic. Big Daddy and this other movie. What the fuck is wrong with society today? It's fucking clown world, man. It's clown world. I'm sorry. The red pill, black pill, everyone. It sucks because these fucking kids are retarded. Kamala Harris was right. Everyone between 18 to 24 is stupid. She's correct. Yes.
You must listen to a lot of McGinnis. Terminator 2.
That's a classic.
I think everyone's. I don't think there's anyone who hates Terminator 2. I personally prefer Terminator, but I do like Terminator 2.
Terminator 2 is good, yeah.
I always think it's the all-time great action figure in all of the decades that gone by.
The Cable Guy.
I've seen it once. Never really had a desire to see it again, but yeah.
I'm not really either. Wedding Crashers.
No, I'm good on that.
And Ocean's 11. I bet he means the remake.
Good movie.
Yeah.
Which WrestleMania main event did you watch and felt it was a massive letdown? Interesting.
Oh, there's been a bunch, I would say.
Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar.
That's this whole last WrestleMania.
I would say like the Bret Hart, like
that Funhouse match. Good Lord, that wasn't even a match.
What was it when Bret Hart like he got pinned by Yokozuna and then he had to call Hogan in and all that?
10 maybe.
Yeah, that was pretty. Bleh.
There was one too. What was it? When Papa Shango came in the Ultimate Warrior.
WrestleMania 8.
Yeah, it's not a very good main event.
I like that Rudolph Giuliani got inflicted by the Papa Shango disease. Yeah, I mean, it did look just like that.
Get well. Maybe Giuliani. Favorite Nickelodeon show?
Probably You Can't Do That on television.
I guess I like Double Dare.
Double Dare, yeah, that was a good one.
I'm gonna slime Tazo.
I liked all the shows that guy Dan Schneider did. That guy who used to be on that show, like that high school show with Robin Givens. The guy who has like a foot fetish and likes all those little girls and like to suck their toes. You know, that guy and all those shows that he did. That's why I like Nickelodeon.
I thought Schneider was like the superintendent on One Day at a Time or something.
No. Remember the show Robin Givens was on? She was a student, and then that guy was the teacher. It was a fat kid, and it was a nerd, and it was all these kids.
That is like every sitcom ever made. There's a fat kid and a nerd.
Is that You Can't Do That on television? Is that was Robin Givens?
I'll get back to you on that conspiracy theory. Nickelodeon. No wonder fucking Nikhil's an idiot. No wonder.
Thank you, Nikhil. That was your questions.
Thank you, Nikhil.
Oh, you're not going to stay for the rest of the questions?
No, all right. I'm tired, and I think I virtually inhaled some of the smoke.
All right. Good night. Good night, Lexa. You're a good man. Steven wants to know, do you think the AEW Impact working agreement will be beneficial to both promotions, or will it implode, much like Pro Wrestling USA did when Jim Crockett Promotions and the AEW worked together? I don't know if it'll implode, but I don't really see the benefit for AEW.
Yeah. Most definitely.
John Barker, and this is a question for Incher. Fuck, marry, kill Jackie Jones, Neil Jones, and Nasty Neil. And he misspelt my name every time. Even though it's right there on Facebook.
I'd probably marry Jackie Jones. I'd probably...
You are the audio soulmates.
Yeah. I'd probably kill... Nasty Neil. And I'd probably bang Neil Jones.
Dang. Jack, fuck, marry, kill Incher, John, Howard, and the Power Goat.
What?
This is for me.
Oh my
God. I'll marry Incher. Look for the audio only.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna bang this Power Goat because it's called powerful, which means I gotta fucking kill John Howard.
What? Here I go. I gotta get my stun gun again. Let's see.
Heart punch.
Yeah. We'll see about that.
Can I clean my ears while I'm watching?
I guess you already are.
Yeah, I guess. It's good. Oh,
who do you think Sting will shoot pin in AEW?
I don't know. Is anybody like it's kind of a passe thing with the kids, you know? Like they don't. I think they try to be responsible for the most part.
That's very true.
Maybe one of the
maybe Jake the Snake.
Nia Jax probably. He should come to WWE and like she's like hurting somebody.
Just run in and pin her.
Yeah, just beat the shit out of her. Like literally shoot on her and like club her to death. Mm-hmm. And then The Rock and Sting can have their little.
Then he takes the women's belt to AEW.
That'd be awesome.
Maybe Shivani will shoot on Sting during their interview. He'll get a 3 count and then fire the Stinger. Is Incher jealous? That was what he said. Is Incher jealous of the love Jack has for Orange Cassidy?
No, I'm fine. That's cool.
I mean,
Can I say something?
Incher's got the love for ZZ. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Orange Cassidy's style is copied from Incher's radio style.
Whoa, interesting. Maybe that's why I have this love of Orange Cassidy.
Mm-hmm.
It's reminding me of Incher.
There we go. I'm high energy.
But you're also smooth, right? Like you're cool. It's like you're not even doing anything. It's like you're just, right? Doesn't he have that kind of smooth, kind of like, yeah, like that right there with the glasses on and stuff. Exactly. Yeah, Incher's so cool. He's just the coolest, man.
Oh, thank you, sir.
No.
He's trying to get a repeat of that night, I guess.
Jack is pretty cool. And Songman is super cool, too. And even Vic is pretty cool. Everyone else who left sucks ass.
Yeah, that's true. the Paisans here, the new FBI, Taso and Vic.
And John, of course. No.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate that.
I'm actually half Italian. Thanks for answering my questions, my 2 young boys, Jack and Incher. John Barker. Brian Matthew Clutter, Incher's young boy. Should AEW hype up another former WCW superstar coming in and eventually bring in a denim-clad Jay Leno to manage Orange Cassidy?
No, I don't think. No Jay Leno in wrestling. That was bad.
Yeah, it was not a good time. Should there be more or less Steiner Karanas?
Steiner Karanas?
Yeah,
Frankensteiners?
I guess.
Oh. I mean, sure, let's have more.
Marty Van Buren, more devastating finisher, the big boot and leg drop combination or the dreaded bear hug?
I'd say the big boot and leg drops put more people out, put bigger names out. So that's more devastating.
But I'm very bear-like, so reach my arms around and just. But yeah, probably a big boot leg drop.
Yeah.
Have you ever Lexar'd a stuffed animal?
Well, Lexar's not here, is he? Or is this just for anybody?
For anybody.
Nah.
Have you ever dry humped a stuffed animal?
Nah.
No. I lubed it up first. Where were we? Tyler Stevens. When Vince dies, will Triple H and Stephanie turn WWE back to smut TV, as Brett called it, or will Shane take over and keep it an honest business? I think it's never going back to like Attitude Era days.
I think he Triple H has kind of matured in a way, and I don't think he would be like.
Yeah, I think.
Hey, let's take the company
what you see in NXT
direction.
will probably be the direction he would go with.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Tyler, favorite thing about Michael PSAs? It's hard to narrow it down to one.
His strut to the ring's pretty good. I'll give him that.
Does a good moonwalk.
Oh, that's stupid. Why are you doing a moonwalk in wrestling?
The showboat.
No,
I heard he's the smartest mind in the business. And
like he's stealing Michael Jackson's moves, and he's coming down to the ring with a rebel flag. What sense does that make?
And a very sharp dressed man. Dobbs, where do the Immortals live?
In a showcase?
In a cage. Wouldn't that suck if you're immortal and someone just stuck you in a cage?
Yeah, that would suck.
That's yep. That's the whole thing with the guy who gave us people fire. Now he's chained up to on a mountain, and every day a vulture comes and eats his liver, and then because he's immortal, his liver grows overnight.
Exactly.
I forget the name of that guy.
Yeah, bad times I call it.
Yeah.
Alul wants to know, what does Incher see in this picture?
Yeah, geez.
Well, that's a return air pipe, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it's the national statue of Greece.
It is.
It is.
No, it isn't.
Let's see here. Owl has jerked it to the Austin Theory video.
No.
Apparently, a leaked video of his came out and he's twerking
I heard about it.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Here's what it is. The smaller video, the video features several smaller clips from cell phone footage, presumably taken by Austin Theory, where he's seen in a number of poses. The video features Austin Theory in many compromising positions as well. At one point in the montage, he is seen twerking in a thong. He later exposes himself, and he allegedly sent this to a minor.
Oh, that's not good.
No, bad times. Allegedly, though, we don't know.
Allegedly, yeah. I was going to speculate maybe a old girlfriend or something, but
well, they don't have to be mutually exclusive.
If
in theory, yeah. In Austin Theory. God, that was lame. Al interest boy wants to know, how hard is your dick over the potential MJF Dionne Warwick feud?
Dionne Warwick feud. When did this come up?
Oh, so there's a tweet on the Twitter. The MJF joins the likes of Amanda Seyfried, Pete Buttigieg, and Dionne Warwick on the 2020 edition of The List. Dionne Warwick replied, "This photo made me think I was booked to wrestle somewhere. I almost called my publicist." That's pretty funny. MJF then replied, "You better pray you aren't, or you'd be in a world of pain, princess." Which she replied, "I have an interview with In Style in 5 minutes. You're lucky this time." And then he replied, yeah, Dionne, just walk on by." That's pretty funny.
Okay.
She's a good sport too to play along with,
Yeah, that was nice. Good exchange.
Dobbs, at what point do we blame every single Chinese person for COVID? That's unfortunate. You don't want to do that. In all honesty, there's people that's happened where, Chinese people get beat up places, and that's not good.
That is not good.
No. Owl, do you think Vince is pissed that the Saudi prince is pulling an incher and spending all his money on video games instead of wrestling?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, apparently he has purchased like the majority owner of SNK. So that's the Neo Geo company that owns Neo Geo. So yeah, he's getting into video games, I guess. So that's interesting. Like that's like.
Do you think he's like a kid and he'll just lose interest in spending billions on wrestling now?
I don't know, but I have a little mini Neo Geo here.
Really? Do you have any ties with the prince besides us doing the headies there?
There's a little mini Neo Geo arcade that they released. So it has stickers that I never did apply, where you put a sticker here for.
What the hell are you waiting for?
Can
you play Q-Bird on that? Did I tell you it's just a true story? Remember, I always talk about Q-Bird on the show because I just think it's a funny reference. Mm-hmm. And then after the show the other week, when I mentioned Q-Bird, I went on Facebook and an ad came up. This is totally true, to buy a retro trucker cap of Q-Bird.
Oh, really?
And I was like, "That's totally spying on me."
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to buy it, to be honest. It's pretty awesome.
Q-Bert's an expensive arcade cabinet. Like, if you find Q-Bert, buy it and send it to me.
It would have been fun to come on the show with a Q-Bert hat. You probably would have been like,
yeah, I probably would have done that.
Exactly. No more Orange Cassidy, Taso. You'd been pumped.
Mm-hmm.
Owl, an 11-year-old Dave Meltzer learned what a gay person was from Pat Patterson. So who helped a young incher learn what a gay person was? There's a really weird tweet by Meltzer. I like Meltzer, but he tweeted that he learned what a gay person was from Pat Patterson. It was like, why would you? And he meant this in like a nice way and like a tribute to him. I didn't understand.
Yeah, that was a bizarre thing to say. So.
Did anyone teach you what was there a time like you learned what a gay person was?
If there was, I can't remember.
Where I live, it's like pretty. I live on the Cape, and P-Town's like probably like the East Coast, kind of like San Francisco, like the capital of the gay lesbian community. And so when I was growing up, it really wasn't like even like a thing. I remember my grandmother worked for a gay couple who owned a motel, and just it wasn't anything. But I understand not every place is like that. So
I mean, I really can't remember like when like my consciousness came upon the subject, so I don't know.
Can anybody? I can't remember myself.
Yeah, it's a weird question, isn't it? Like this is the first time, and why would that like be ingrained in your mind? Like,
yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, Meltzer's a weird guy.
Yeah,
because like I was saying, I just grew up with that, but I don't have like a specific memory of like the actual. It's just like it was a thing that, and not really anyone cares. Al Ulb, should Tazo's new nickname be Pencil Neck Greek? It's like a play on Pencil Neck Geek. He'd be the Pencil Neck Greek. I'm liking the leather look.
Alex wrong. I could be Alex wrong.
I like it. I like that. Jonathan Jackson, how many people would you blow to save your fellow co-host's life? There's only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Sorry, Incher.
Sorry, buddy.
Those questions are always weird because this is my theory on these questions, and not just for the show, but in general. People like,
would you rather,
suck a dick, or would you rather get it up there was or would you suck 800 penises to save Princess Diana's life, or whatever kind of stupid thing. My question, if someone's gonna ask that, you should have to explain how that situation would ever come up. You should have to explain this is what's happening, and the only options are you do this for this to happen, because it's a ludicrous question. Because why would this result in the savior?
Yeah, you want a backstory to answer this question.
Right? You need some context to really answer.
It's nuanced. It's a very nuanced question.
Right?
Because it's like, how many dicks are we talking about?
Right? Who's and how is this actually going to save anybody? Why is giving fellatio to 87 Latinos on the subway? Why is that going to save Vic's life? Like, how do these exist?
How did that happen?
That's what I'm saying. You can't ask this question without explaining how this leads to that.
And why are they calling you Jack? Because it's Vic.
Right. Of all the exactly. Like, there's one man we must call to save this man. It's Jackie Jones, and the only thing he can do is fillet all these guys on the side. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. That's all I'm saying.
I wish you'd just let me die rather than do that.
See, I've got Vic's permission, so we'll miss you, Vic. You're a good man. We'll always talk well about you on the show. I'll do a better picture of you for the remembrance.
I swear you were just losing it for a minute, Vic.
All right. Anything else there, my friends?
Nope. I think that covers it. That's this week in wrestling.
I'm sure if you watch his show, he's really excited. But coming up next month on the show, B. Brian Blair from the Killer Bees.
Oh, excellent.
You'll be talking about his book. He's got a book coming out. It'll either be January, February, depending when the book's released. But it'll be early 2021.
I bought a B. Brian Blair book.
Really?
Yeah, there's a book. It was like How to Talk Kayfabe. It was a really thin book. If you look for it online, and then he explains in the book how they flip the words around it, and he does some of the very, very like 101 wrestling explanations of kayfabe, things like that. It's pretty interesting.
Cool.
Yeah,
I like it.
Excellent.
That's pretty weird.
Yeah, Golgo says Roddy Piper had some bad things to say about Pat Patterson, the timeline in '84. The thing is, I love Piper, but I don't always believe a lot of things he said, because if the stuff he said about Pat Patterson was true, I don't think he would have done that Legends house with him and acted like his buddy.
Yeah.
That's all. And that's unfortunate you'd say something like that if it's not true, but that's just my opinion. But anyway, I had a good time tonight.
Most definitely. Had fun.
AEW tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? I'm excited. I like to see what's happening in this world. A lot of stuff going on. See Kenny Omega. We'll see Shaquille O'Neal. Find out what's happening, buddy.
Most definitely.
Incher, share our Possessor interview with Brandon Cronenberg, filmmaker, son of David Cronenberg. He made this movie, The Possessor. Really cool movie. You
excellent.
share the interview we did, you have a chance of winning this Blu-ray. Very exciting. But you can't win my Roddy Piper VHS tape.
That stays with you for all of time.
Exactly. If you want this Taso the Greek photo, well, picture, $12 post-paid, I'll send it to you.
Excellent.
All right. Until next week, this is Jackie Jones.
1-inch biceps, the power goat.
And this is in
your head.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
All righty.
Good night.
Good night, folks.
Bye-bye.
Song man, you're a good man. Vic, you're the best. And all the other folks, you're hell of a guy. And Faith is a hell of a one. All right. I was looking for the stop button.